because I was at Bojangles purposely so that I wasn't watching it. Literally, I was like, I'm not watching this foolishness. That's the clip I
And
saved.
everybody knows what I
You
said about
hate him.
Nick Fangio and how I hate that defense. First team. Those were the backups. So I don't even count those. To
Once
me,
they
it's,
gain the clock
it's
to
40
like
to
8
6.
minutes.
Ignore.
But I'm
We're
just
not
saying,
gonna
like,
ignore, sir. We're not gonna ignore the fact that you
What's
just
the-
said another
Talking about
grown
apples in
man
a basket?
got your
Is that what you're
juices
saying?
flowing.
That's one game that's like seared into my memory. I watched that happen. I was like, no way.
Seared. Oh, sorry.
Congrats on your great season. Keep it up, senior citizen. Let's hope you don't have to use a walker next year.
What is your
Yeah, you just completely skipped the whole purpose of this.
my job?
Damn.
Yeti cooler from?
It's
I don't know,
expensive
but I'm
too.
gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it in the back of my. It was like $300.
Yeah, those are not cheap.
I'm gonna
They
keep it
just
in my.
gave it to you?
I'm gonna keep it in my. I want it. Playing Kahoot.
Oh.
Playing, playing
Bro,
what?
y'all are playing Kahoot at the job, huh?
What are you playing?
We
Kahoot.
do that at my job too.
What that
I'm
is?
gonna keep it. It's
It
like
helps
a.
keep people engaged.
It's like a trivia thing, like a little game thing that you can play, where
Mm.
it shows up on the screen and you answer. I'm gonna keep that in my car when it gets a little warmer because I thought it was gonna be warm now, but we're in that fall spring because right now it's like 30 something, 40 something
It's
again, even though
30 still?
it was 70 something last week. No.
Yeah.
Like the temperature went up last week and then coming back down.
It was
Atlanta,
beautiful last week.
Georgia. So
It sucks right now.
I
You
was
see
wearing
everyone in
shorts
a
last
hoodie.
week, bro.
it was freezing outside. Like I was wearing this and I got long pants on and I was wearing like a thermal today. And you obviously see I got this on. So
Yeah, last week it got really hot down here too because we went to the carnival, we went to the fair, not the carnival, well, same thing. And it was so damn hot out there. We was there for about an hour and a half. We're like, let's get the hell out of here.
look at that. That sun be draining people.
Pause.
Are you nuts?
Man, now listen, man.
Already starting off with
Already starting with
I,
the
all I was
finishes.
going, all I was gonna say was
salaciousness.
crazy. Well, I got a headache, so I'm coming in injured. I was day to day. Came in. I was a pregame. I'm what they say, not a scratch, but I'm in pregame in migraines. Got bronchitis or whatever he said he got.
Listen,
He is
listen,
like flu
it's rough
game for
over
him
here
right now.
because
So
Sound like Sweet Brown.
let's- all right,
Taylor knows what I'm
let's
talking
just
about.
see if
Taylor knows what I'm talking about.
let's just see if Uncle dropped 40. No flu
That's not her
game.
name.
Yeah, either I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even want you to expand low key. But other than us being day to day and injured, how y'all doing? Obviously, we got a lot to cover, both NBA and NFL. Although this will be the NFL, NBA will come out the day after. All right, but
I
how
mean,
y'all
I
feeling?
can talk about my week could be a little better. Tuesday, I don't think y'all know because I didn't say anything. I only said it in the family chat, but I was trying to commute to the office for almost 2 hours and I didn't even reach the airport. So I was very heated. And I came back home. I was trying to, get into the right, work space or whatever it was. It just didn't happen, no.
you didn't
And
even make it home. You just turned around.
no, I was trying to go to the office. The office is like 50 miles, 50 or more from the
Yeah, but
from
I'm
the house.
saying you just turned around. You started to go
Oh yeah,
and
I just turned around. I was already commuting for an hour and a half, and the GPS said I had another hour and a half to go. So you mean to tell me it's going to take me 3 hours to get to the office? I could have
Oh
been to
no.
Florida by now. Are we being for real? Uh, I turned around. I said no, and it was raining. It's been raining for like this entire week. Actually, it's been raining this entire week, and today especially it was raining hard. So, and I think tomorrow's supposed to do the same. So now I'm questioning if I even want to get up early and try to go to the office
I
again
wouldn't.
because people don't know how to drive up here. It's terrible, especially when inclement weather strikes. So that's how
It's
my
just
week.
regular raining and people had on their hazards.
Let
Like
me tell you
Oh
something.
literally.
yeah,
People, listen. I live in Florida, where there's a bunch of old people, and Atlanta got the worst drivers I've ever seen. These people drive 100 miles an hour on the highway like nothing, and then it's raining, and they still trying to drive 100. Like what? I was literally one time I was on a we was on event, and I was on the highway. The week I literally I probably couldn't see. It was raining so much I probably couldn't see like 10 feet in front of the car. Okay, that's how like poor visibility. And this dude just came. Wow! I'm like, dude, like you must have a death wish. Like, where are you going
probably a
in this
Nissan
rain? You can't
Altima.
see. So like, literally, you're driving so fast you can't see that far in front of you. Somebody just changed lanes and you don't see them too late. Like that's it.
Yeah,
So Atlanta got terrible drivers. I agree with that.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue with you because uh Caleb, any updates, bro? What's happening?
Um, Nothing much. I just knocking these school credits out. Just finished another class. Nothing much has really been going on. Just trying to get this degree done. That's pretty much it.
All right, you nerd. Cool. All right, well, way to go.
Hey,
Okay.
listen. Hey, listen. Hey, listen. Hey,
Get it
don't worry, I'm
K,
done.
about to get my
K,
officer, so
Listen,
you'll
K.
be okay.
Do not let that discourage you. You understand me?
I mean, I'm
Hey,
not paying
hey,
for it.
hey,
I'm
hey.
not paying
Listen,
for nothing. So,
listen, Caleb. Nerds run the
that's a
world.
blessing.
Hey,
That's a
I
blessing.
would listen. I wish I would have went back. I was a cool kid, and look at me now. You understand?
What?
You doing all right for
I,
yourself?
I'm saying,
hey,
You
same
I'm
doing
same
all
just,
man
right?
doing
I,
just all
You
right. You know
doing
what I'm
I'm
you
doing
doing
saying?
all
pretty
right,
good?
but I would have been
Oh
doing a
my
lot better if I was a
goodness.
nerd. You understand
You
what
know
I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying?
I'd probably be
Listen,
retired right now.
a lot of
Hey,
parents are not
Caleb,
even
Unc
in
act
the
like he ain't told us the
situation you
moves
at.
he making, and we sitting
That's
there
what I'm
like, but we trying to
saying.
be like that. It's wild, man.
That's
Anyway,
what I'm
okay,
trying to be like. What?
crazy.
Uh,
Hey, don't worry, y'all. Only just being modest, bruh, for the folks out there. But we know, we know. All right, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, I used to
Hey,
growing up. I every time we went down to Florida, bro. I mean, you got everything you wanted from him. I thought this guy was filthy rich, like
you know what I'm
Nah,
filthy,
for
saying?
dirty
real.
rich.
Nah, for real.
You
Uh,
understand what
all we gotta do is say,
I'm
hey,
like, do we
give us a
have money or
360
are
of the
we
car.
poor?
That's all we gotta say, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
Hey,
uh,
what
uh,
the 360 car situation look like? That's all we gotta ask. Look, that'll explain a lot. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Hey, but anyway, hey, welcome back. I don't know what episode we on, but hey, we just pumping them
19.
out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you always know that, but cool. You know what I'm saying?
I'm because I'm the
You
one
know,
that's doing it.
oh, okay, my fault. I just want to say thank y'all for the support. We had fan voting, polls up on Instagram. We were trying to get out as much content as possible, trying to keep this roller coaster going. Because I want to see significant gains before our year, from like year to year, from like our first video to, you know what I'm saying? So, we're gonna keep on putting out content, trying to be funny. Who was that? I think it was Eric in the chat. When he was looking at our bio, it was like, "Cool uncle." I don't see him nowhere in the video. That joke was so funny, bro, when I seen that. But anyway, obviously, so first topic we're gonna talk about, because we got a whole rundown of a lot to go over. But obviously, the first and most pressing thing is the Super Bowl. Okay, Philadelphia Eagles, Kansas City Chiefs, and what we can call a modern day drugging. All right, unsolicited. Uh, I'm
Yeah, don't
unsolicited.
do it.
Whoa, whoa,
Don't
whoa,
do
whoa,
that.
whoa,
Don't go
no,
there. Don't go there. No, 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 no.
what?
Don't go.
A
I'm just.
Don't
modern
do it.
day
Don't
drugging?
I'm just.
don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do
Like,
it.
what does that
I can.
even
I
mean?
listen.
No, no, Caleb, I
Listen.
need him to elaborate. What does that even mean?
Patrick
You,
Mahomes was sodomized.
You see, that's what happened when he already crossed the line, and then
Yeah,
you push
keep
him
going.
further.
Keep going, please.
Hey, by the way,
No,
we don't have to
well,
block all
since
this out first 5 minutes.
well, since
all
y'all
right.
went
Well, let me
there,
come back. All right.
Jalen Hurts
See,
did
there go
keep
Caleb.
going.
Oh, whoa. Like, okay. Let's just
What a say?
reset. Let's just hit the Take two.
Oh,
The
Listen,
Philadelphia
Hey,
oh
he
Lord.
Eagles.
went
The
there. He
listen,
went
Philadelphia
there.
listen,
Eagles.
I
host.
didn't do
You're
it.
supposed to be the one to keep
I
us
didn't do
on
it.
the rails,
I didn't
not
do it.
take us off the rails.
I can't keep us on the rails if I start off the rails. There's no keeping us on if we was never on. So, but anyway, here we go. All right, so let's, you know what I'm saying? Reset. All right. The Philadelphia Eagles destroyed the Kansas City Chiefs 40 to
It's a
22.
better word.
Um, honestly, the score was really 40 to 6, but they got some points laid, whatever. So before we dive deep into the game, and obviously I will say this is one of the easier games as far as analysis goes, because it was pretty open and closed. But
Yeah, it's pretty one
Ethan,
sided.
just 2 or 3 sentences, initial reaction as the game was going on.
Thank God. I don't know what else to say, but thank God. That's
Oh,
my
But
sentence
hold
right
on,
there.
time out, time out. Before you go, E, before you go, right? We gonna let you go, but before you go,
Oh,
I
he's
thought
gonna
you
bring
wasn't
up.
going. I thought you
No,
wasn't
no.
watching the game, though.
I'll explain. I'll explain because I didn't. I wasn't watching the game. The halftime
bro,
thing came on, and no,
bro.
listen, and I was like, oh, okay.
Hey,
But
you was
right
extra.
before,
Hey, you was up to date in the chat.
right
And it,
before,
it,
that's
it,
what.
it seemed like you was watching it.
Listen, right before halftime, once he threw that other pick and then they went up 24-0, I was like, okay, I'm gonna flip this on. Let's see what's going on. So I flipped it on. I was like,
Ethan,
thank
do
God.
you promise to
You understand?
tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you
I
God?
promised to tell the truth.
You got on God's first.
When they went up
Damn.
I
when
didn't
they
watch the
went up
game,
20.
but I cut it off at halftime.
No, I didn't say cut it off. I said I cut it on. I didn't watch the first half. I barely watched. Like they once I saw they were up 24-0, it was a halftime show, and I watched the rest of it. I didn't watch the first half. And once I saw they were up 24-0, I was like, okay, I can get jiggy with this. Let's see it. So they came out and they came out firing again. I was like, yo, this is what I love to see. Patrick Mahomes, I literally told because I was at Bojangles purposely so that I wasn't watching it. Literally, I was like, I'm not watching this foolishness. I went to you can ask Caleb because they had a thing at their house, and David was like, "Oh, are you gonna come
Bro,
over?" I was like,
why
"I'm not.
why are
I'm gonna
you
watch
always
that
at
trash."
Bojangles, bro?
I was at Bojangles.
Ethan, hold on,
Uh,
keep it brief, bro.
wh-
We're doing a quick analysis, bro.
okay,
We're
okay,
He
gonna
yeah,
get
you
said,
into
can
that
have.
he
story.
said, he said 2 to 3 words, and then he went on a whole Bojangles
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
soliloquy.
Bro,
I was at Bojangles and I was like,
bro.
listen, every time Pack steps back, if he steps up in the pocket, I better see a flag coming because that Georgia line is crushing this offensive line. You know what I'm saying? Every time the ball is
Go
snapped, it's like one
dogs.
Mississippi, one and a half, he's right there. So if he's running, that means that he's getting someone's getting hold because it should have been like 12 sacks, but I'm leaving it alone. I'm just glad that they lost. They suck. I hope you never win again. Go ahead.
Okay.
Damn.
Let's try again. 2 or 3 sentences, initial reactions as you were watching the game and the end of the game. Because the game was over, obviously, before the fourth quarter and triple zeros, but
Oh, you never
initial
know. They're
reactions.
devil magic, whatever
My
they got
my
going on.
my initial reaction was wow.
That's fair. That's fair. Caleb?
My initial
Oh,
reaction.
Here we can't help you today. Anyways, go
My
ahead.
my initial reaction was go dogs. That Georgia, listen, like E said, that Georgia Bulldog line was wrecking havoc, and I love to see it.
it's actually
Wrecking havoc
crazy.
isn't even a word. I think they
We're
did
gonna we're gonna have
worse.
to blank this out, but Patrick Mahomes got all right. Now
Oh my god.
All right, now let's get back to the real. That was like some 2K commentary. Now let's get back to the real.
Listen,
Let's get back to the real.
you know our
So
moms watch this, right?
I said we're gonna blank it out. Actually, blank my mouth too. I don't want even the word. My lips forming the word that word. All right.
Okay.
Now, so coming back full circle. I'm sorry y'all for that. Oh.
Whoa.
All right, we
What this
good.
man got going on?
Oh, my
Okay.
bad. Y'all
Man,
got me all discombobulated.
I was about to
I was
say.
just about to say this
Yeah,
man heard a word and now
that
he all
bronchitis,
discoordinated.
making him spasmic, or whatever that word is.
God bless you.
But no, all right. So let's delve deep. All right, obviously.
Could have said
Uh,
thank you.
so first quarter, I think they, traded the ball back and forth. You get the tush push. And I remember certain points, right? Uh, uh, what's the D tackle name? Kansas
Who?
City.
Chris Jones?
Yeah, Chris Jones.
Oh.
They bowed him backwards on that tush push. He on the side get his neck worked out. He looked like you probably at that doctor. He
Shut up.
like
Yeah,
like
I
this.
knew he was
You
gonna
know what I'm
bring that up,
saying?
bro.
Getting his
I
neck
knew
worked
he
out.
was
I'm
gonna
I'm
bring it
looking
up.
at him like, oh, okay.
Getting
Them
his
boys ain't
network
ready.
done is
Okay.
insane.
Jason Kelsey not there no more. And they still getting they back beat in. Okay. This first quarter though, I'm not going. I'm not gonna judge too
He
much.
trained his replacement
What are
Hey,
well.
you
I don't know. I
on?
don't know what's
What
going on
is
with
going
Kyle
on?
today. He was
What,
talking very salaciously.
I
He
haven't
talked.
even
He
been
bro?
took.
recording for
He
10
took.
minutes.
Bro,
He
what are you
took that
talking about?
ibuprofen, and we don't know what he. We don't know what he took.
Bro, I don't know
This
what y'all
What
man.
that
talking
what
about.
that what that man say? Sipping on promethazine, the lean I fell in love. I can't put down the Let me stop.
Hey,
Go ahead.
let's stop singing it before we
Anyway,
get DMC'd. All right. Uh, but no,
Or like that big girl who
oh,
trying to sue Lyft. Sorry, go ahead.
bro, I'm not
Did
gonna do
she
it anymore
hold
requested
on.
anymore.
Kyle, she requested a
Wait.
whole
Did you?
sectional
Did you
couch
see?
Bro,
I was
I
about to
under
say.
that
saw
Did
the
you
couch.
see the
Breakfast Club
Breakfast
clip.
Club
Yes, bro, I
interview?
saw it. We're not gonna get into fat shaming,
That's not fat shaming.
fatophobia.
That's
I'm
not.
not
That's
That's
gonna
not
not
get
fat
fat.
into it.
shaming.
We
They
have to
need
be
to bring
inclusive of
back
all
shame.
bodies. We have to be inclusive of all
That's what need to
bodies.
happen. Anyways,
See, all right, let's stick to the game. But anyway, again, 40,000 foot view. I was like shocked. I was shocked. Okay, that was my kind of summary of the whole game. Was just shocked, truly. Now going deeper into it, obviously after we talked about this leading up to Super Bowl, could Jalen Hurts throw them to the Super Bowl? Right, because we were going to say, hey, it's Saquon. Okay, and Steve, what's his name? The DC Kansas City.
Spagnola.
Yeah,
Spagnola,
Spagnola,
Smagnola.
Spags, you know what I'm saying? He took Saquon out the game. They did. Saquon had an average game, and average is bad compared to numbers he's had all season. You know what I'm saying? And so then Jalen Hurts, and people were saying like, oh, he's just managing the game. I mean, but then he makes that throw to Devontae. Well, I don't think a game manager can do that. Okay. Jimmy G had that chance to do that 3 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever that was, to oh boy, overthrew him and lost Super Bowl. Like it's plays like that you got to make to keep the pressure on, right?
Brock Purdy,
Um,
but yeah.
huh?
I said Brock Purdy, but yeah.
No, Jimmy G, bro. The first
Oh,
time
well,
the Niners played them,
Brock
remember,
did the
remember the
The
same
the
thing
throw.
last year.
the
But
first
I'm saying,
San
you
Francisco
remember the
Super Bowl.
throw? Remember the throw
Oh
he had
yeah,
to?
yeah, yeah.
I forget who it was. Wide open. He overthrew him. You know
But
what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
know if I would necessarily say that Steve took Saquon out of the game. I think that initially going into it, that I can't remember the Eagles' offensive coordinator name. I know he just went to the Saints. I think that they thought exactly what they thought was going to happen, or we're just going to feed Saquon the ball, but they intentionally were going to do the passing because when I watched the highlights back, like I watched like the entire thing, not just highlights, but like the entire thing on it. I mean, they were throwing from the beginning, so it kind of
Yeah,
threw off their
but
whole thing regardless, and
but
they just
I
kept
would
doing it.
say because I here. Well, as I go, I
Because
can pull up the
Saquon still
stats, but.
finished with, if I'm not mistaken, catching anyways. I don't know about running, but catching, I think it was near 100 or over 100.
Well, Brad, but my point is like he had 25 carries. Like obviously he caught passes out the backfield as well. But
He
he
still
had
had
25.
25 carries.
That's what I'm saying. Like they fed him the ball
Dang.
like throughout the game. He wasn't getting any yards. So it felt like maybe they weren't giving it to him, but they were giving him the rock, right? And I mean, again, you could tell that front seven, like, hey, we're not letting him get going. And I will say, me personally, this is probably just a nitpick of like a running back. It looked like there were some holes like there here and there where it looked like he gave up early or like didn't fight, like kind of like how we saw Saquon earlier this season. I'm like, like that don't look like Saquon.
I
Okay,
saw those
whatever.
later in the game though.
But yeah, so like I said, Jalen Hurts made plays throwing the ball, big third down conversions to AJ. Obviously the ball to Devontae Smith, a beauty, right? Um, and on the flip side, kind of the things that we harped on, like that I kind of harped on in Kansas City having a perfect season, bar the one loss to Buffalo. The left tackle has been a problem all season. You play a team with the number one D line in the league, and now you wreck your whole game plan, right? You can't run the ball because you get down early and you turn the ball over, which does not help. The pick six. Now
My
you're
thing is
throwing
they
the
didn't
ball.
even attempt to run the ball. Like the first, they said I saw the thing. They said the first like 15 plays, 14 of them were passes. So they even try to
No,
throw. I mean,
no,
not throw, but
and
run the ball.
which is
But that goes to the other
understandable.
points that he said all season though. Is the worst 15 and 16, whatever, and one, whatever that team that you ever seen in your entire life.
It's just the things that we kind of harped on, like in looking at their good record of a season, showed its a Raiders' ugly head in this game, given all the talent on Philly's side of the ball, right? So I think we'd all agree Philly had the better team on the field going into the game. Now they may have had the better quarterback, given the history of Pat Mahomes, what he represents as a quarterback for that franchise. But
not on
again,
that day.
And again, I'm not going to be like, well, any quarterback where your O line doesn't block, you're going to look like that. Okay. So it's not just Pat Mahomes. We've seen Brady, when your O line don't block, what he looked like. Get, antsy in the pocket, and seeing Pat antsy in the pocket, like down the hut, and half a second
It was
he's
very
tickling.
reminiscent
He's,
of the
you
Bucks
know,
Super Bowl in
yeah,
21.
very much
But
so. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I kind of disagree at a little bit when you guys said the offensive line didn't block. Um, I heard on ESPN and I thought it was a good point. I don't remember who said it. It said you can't you can't use two moves to fix one problem. And what they did was the offensive line is,
Hmm.
first of all, the
Yep.
offensive line has been patched up the whole season. So that's been their Achilles heel the entire season. So
Yep.
normally most teams normally have to blitz to generate that type of pressure. And then that leaves, holes
The
on the
secondary open.
that
Right.
leaves secondary open. But because they move their guard to the tackle spot, which this is
Hmm.
two totally different positions. So people don't
Yeah.
know who didn't play. It's two, even though they're right next to each other, they're two totally different positions. The tackle have to be more athletic. You have to be able to be more agile. You have to be more explosive
Yep.
on the tackle. The guard is brute force. They're not really moving side to side. They're going back. They're trying to bow their back, or they're moving forward when they're running the ball. So it's two totally different positions. So now you move your All Pro guard to tackle,
Just mhm.
right? So now that position's weak, and now your All Pro guard who's now playing tackle never played tackle in his entire life. So now that position's weak, right? And so everybody's been getting on me, right? Because all my friends are like, because Dolphins. Nick Fangio was our defensive coordinator last year,
That's the clip I
and
said.
everybody knows what I
You
said about
hate
Nick
him.
Fangio and how I hate that defense. But the thing about Nick Fangio's defense is that it works. It's a great defense if you can apply pressure with four.
Yeah, with the
So when he
personnel.
did
Yeah.
that, we didn't have the personnel on the Dolphins to run that defense successfully. We weren't generating pressure with four. We had to blitz, and he's not a guy that blitzes a lot in that
Right.
defense, because the whole idea of it is that you're going to drop seven. You have all those eyes looking at the quarterback, and so that eliminates those kind of big explosive plays, and everybody can rally to tackle on run plays.
Yeah.
But he looks like a genius. That defense looks genius with the personnel and the talent that they have on the offensive on the defensive line, because I don't think any defensive line in the NFL can generate pressure with four like those guys can.
Right.
So now it makes it almost impossible, because if you're generating that type of pressure with four, Patrick Mahomes do not have time to do anything. And then you have an extra man in pass coverage.
That's what
So
I'm saying.
literally,
Yeah.
there's nowhere for you to go with the ball. You have to
And
make
a
a quick
lot.
decision, and you don't have anywhere to go to the ball. So he
Exactly.
looked awful. And that's my thing. So the thing about that defense doesn't work. Probably the Lions can probably run that defense. There's very few teams in the NFL that can run that defense and have it look like the way it looks. Right, their personnel is just
It's crazy. It's crazy.
it's incredible. And then I have to give credit to the general manager for
The
uh
Giants.
no to Philly. What's his name?
I forget.
Damn,
Howie
I forgot the guy's
Roseman.
name.
Howie
Yeah,
Roseman.
yeah, Rosen. So I have to get credit for him, because I mean he's hit even with the two rookies, right? So you got the rookie linebacker that intercepts the ball, and then he has the rookie corner, which is what the NFL stigma is on white corners, right? So he got a white rookie corner who had a pick six, take it back, score. So it was just an all around beatdown. I thought that the offensively, Philly played really well, because they knew, okay, they're going to load up to stop Saquon. So they knew we're going to have to pass the ball. So they told Jalen, who all season he's been taking sacks because he's been hesitant, because he doesn't want to turn the ball over. So he doesn't, when he gets that one-on-one coverage where he should let the ball go and just give your really great receivers just a shot. just put it up there. You can't worry about interceptions.
Yeah.
You have to give your guy chances. And I think they over the 2 weeks they harped on that. If you got single high safety or you see your guy one on one, and we saw that play to
Devontae.
the not Devontae, the one
Oh, AJ Brown.
to
AJ
AJ
Brown.
You
where he
said
gave
when
that
he,
signal. So he looked
yeah,
over there and he saw that single high and he go, "Hey,
uh-huh.
forget that route. You going straight down." And he gave him the shot. He put the ball. He
Yeah.
hadn't been
In the
doing that all
breadbasket.
year.
Yeah. Actually,
He hadn't been
back shoulder. That one, back shoulder.
doing the back
Yeah.
shoulder. So he hadn't been doing that all year because the knock on him all year was, hey, he's holding the ball a little bit too long. Even
Yeah.
though they have a great offensive line, he shouldn't be taking the sacks that he's taking.
Yeah.
And so people were saying, oh, he can't throw the ball. So what Nick Fangio say? He in the NFL. He looking, reading everything we was reading, and he said, oh, we don't think he could beat us neither. We don't think Jalen Hurts can beat us passing. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna load the box. We're gonna stop the run, and then let's see what happens. And guess what? Jalen Hurts
He
had
never,
another plan. He had another plan, boy. I mean, he made one mistake in the whole game, that interception where he underthrew the guy, but he had pressure in his face, so he kind of
yeah.
underthrew the ball.
And he
Um,
actually missed AJ too on the other side. It was another one
Yeah,
on
he
one. He threw him back
yes,
shoulder, and AJ
yeah,
running it
and
over
when
and
it
over
went
again.
up, that was a
Yeah,
miscommunication. That was a
yeah. But
miscommunication.
that could have been another one
But
too.
those two
Mhm.
plays, outside of those two plays, the guy played perfectly.
Yep.
He ran when he needed to run. When he
Hmm.
got single high or one on one, he threw the ball. He gave his guys chances. I mean, this is a masterclass on like quarterback play. And now for years when they keeps people been saying like, oh, the mobile quarterback can win you games, and I was hoping that Lamar Jackson would be the one that would break that stigma and win the Super Bowl, but it ended up
Hmm.
being Jalen Hurts. And so people say, oh, the mobile quarterback can get you winning you a lot of games, but you can't win a Super Bowl with them. That's out the window. You seen what Jaden
he has
Daniels
some
did.
good runs.
You see what Jaden Daniels did in the playoffs as a rookie. You seen Lamar lost,
You're
but
in.
he won those the playoff game.
You know
You
what Josh
see
Allen could do with his legs.
you see what Josh Allen can do, and now you're seeing Jalen Hurts. So, hey man, kudos to Philadelphia and their fans. We finally got. I feel like Patrick Mahomes finally got what he deserved. All that crying, all that
Well,
flopping,
I would
all that
say
nonsense.
Was a mobile quarterback when he won. I would say.
No, I don't think so. When he went to the Super
He was
Bowl,
an improviser. I
they
wouldn't say
they
he
they
was.
leaned on that defense. Those two Super Bowl after that,
But the offense was crazy too.
Ethan,
I don't know if he was.
I know the defense was his
The
Now
story,
Legion
we've
of
but
Boom
seen
was
we've.
the number one defense in the NFL when he was a rookie and in the second year, and they leaned
yeah,
on
when they
that
beat the
defense
Broncos.
and that run game with Marshawn Lynch. And he threw, he could maneuver. I'm not saying he wasn't mobile, but I'm saying like I don't think he was known as a mobile quarterback. He was a pocket guy
No,
that could move if he,
I
you
was gonna
know,
say we don't think of Russ running 30 yards downfield. We think of him breaking sacks, rolling to his left, flinging the ball downfield. Like, he's still gonna throw the
yeah,
ball regardless. Not
yeah.
really more so running downfield. So I feel you. He's like an improviser. Like they say, he's an
Yeah, he could
improviser
beat you
quarterback.
that
And
way,
I
but he's not going to break a 60-yard run for a touchdown,
right.
run people over. Like, no, he's not doing that.
I
But
think Philly has a chance to start it just might sound crazy, but a dynasty. The fact that those are rookies that you have on the defense, and you don't have to worry about them money wise for 2, 3 years,
Even the
whatever it
D line
is.
in them. Jalen
I
Carter. I
think
mean,
I
he did
Yeah,
his
think
that
second
that I
those
don't
are
season,
know
yeah,
but
those
about
are
I
No,
don't
but
know
that's what
about I
those
don't
are
know about
2 year guys for the most part.
I don't know about dynasty, but they're set up to really be successful. We see Dallas is I don't know what they're
Dallas is
doing.
what? Oh,
Um,
you're saying they're
I'm
okay.
saying I'm
They're more
saying I'm saying
stable.
I'm saying because of the division, they're gonna be.
Oh, right. The
But
Commanders would be the biggest thing to me because they
the,
have a lot
yeah,
of money
they
that
have
they
to
can
fight.
work with to go
They have
get
to fight
somebody.
with the Commanders. But outside of that, we see what the Giants look like. The Giants are going to be terrible again.
49ers are going to be terrible. All the heavy hitters.
And that's what I'm saying about Dallas. Dallas is going to be. I don't think they're going to be very good next year with a new quarterback. I'm not new quarterback. New
Head
coach.
coach, but he's internal. So,
Dak cap hit is 89 million. I think the cap is like 320 million. So Dak is 89 million against the cap. CD is 40 something million against the cap. So that's over like a
that's
third of your
120
salary.
already.
That's over a
30.
third of your that's third of the cap with two players, and then they have to pay Micah. So I really don't know who they're gonna have on these. They're gonna have a bunch of rookies running around because how you gonna fill out your roster when you have two guys? Well, probably three guys is gonna be half the cap is gonna be gone.
Hmm.
So DeMarcus Lawrence is out
I'll
as a
say
free agent. Yeah, that you have that whole defensive line is a free agent. Offensive line, Trent is a free agent. Like I don't really know where they go from here. Um, that's why the talk has been, hey, move off of Micah Parsons, get a bunch of picks, and that way you can kind of build it back up. But it don't look like they're going to go in that direction. So if they're going to pay Micah, you're going to have three guys that have half the salary cap. So how you feel to build out the rest of that team, I don't know. So that's why I'm saying I don't know about Dynasty starting, but they have a potential to really be good for a while. But don't count out the Commanders.
No,
I feel the
I
same way.
won't count them out.
I tend. I mean, I'm kind of jumping the gun too, and feel like they do have the start because again, like a lot of these pieces, especially offensively, are in place. Um, and then again, defensively, you're so young. You have 2 years really until you really have to start making decisions about those guys on the D line, the DBs, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, those guys. I think a major
And
player in this.
if they keep playing like this, they're not even gonna be able to keep all them guys.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
That's what I'm
eventually,
saying.
yeah.
So
But
you
you
go
got
win
two
another
years,
one
right?
within the next 2 years.
And I'm
That's what I'm
saying,
looking at.
I think one big power play for all of the contenders going into next season will be the Miles Garrett. That's going to be a big domino effect to see because that's going to lean heavy. The guy's 29. He's not even 30 yet, bro. Okay. Wherever he goes, it's going to be a big, like, okay, this is a serious team because he going to instantly make any defensive line top
I
five.
don't think I
You know
don't
what I'm saying?
I
think
don't know
that
where he
I
goes.
don't think Cleveland is going to give him up, or they're gonna try not to. But if I'm a team like Commanders with all the money, listen, f them picks. We got a rookie quarterback on a rookie deal. We have 2 more years to try to get something done. I move heaven and earth if I'm
Yeah.
a team like the Commanders to go after Miles Garrett. What he can do on that defensive line, and then they need a few more pieces on the offensively. They're gonna be a problem. Washington's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. I think there'll be a few contending teams in the sweepstakes for Miles Garrett, which would definitely make 'cause like you said, I mean he's been in the league what 9 years, 8, 9 years. And he's like, hey, I just want to play for a winner, right? So obviously that would be a big indicator. I'm hoping that they will do right by the guy who stayed there for as long as he did. But you never know in this this
There's no
market in
this
Cleveland, you just
distance.
never know what they're gonna do. But yeah, but back to the game. Obviously, Jalen Hurts, the player of the game, threw for 222 yards, two touchdowns, had the one interception again, had the pressure in his face. Pat Mahomes, he threw for 257 yards, three touchdowns, two interceptions. None of the touchdowns really, yeah, none of the touchdowns. It's just, oh, you threw three
It
touchdowns
was a
in
Listen,
the
game.
listen,
oh,
listen.
okay.
The last two touchdowns came. You people don't even understand. I'm watching the game. Going like early in the fourth quarter, they pulled their starters.
Yeah.
Have you
Yes,
ever
fourth
seen
and
that during the
six.
Super Bowl?
Philly, yeah.
So those two last touchdowns that they made
Against
wasn't even
backups.
against the first team. Those were the backups. So I
I
don't even
think,
count those. To
I
Once
think
me,
the
the game,
game
it's
clocks to
40
like
to
eight
six. Like
minutes.
I
I
don't want to
think,
hear nothing
yeah.
about no 20 points. Those last listen, them last 12 points was on the backups. All the starters were out the game.
I think
So I don't.
they poured the Gatorade on what's his face with 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes to go in the game.
That's it's crazy.
They really could have did it coming out of the second half. If we being honest,
I will give Sirianni his props. He proved me wrong with that thing because now he
Yeah,
definitely
he
getting the.
you was talking crazy about him all year. He said,
I'm gonna
"Oh,
find
you
it.
know,
No, 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 no. I was
he's
actually
over
on
there
his side.
screaming at the fans."
You don't remember when he was doing that? I was on his side when he was doing that because I was like, remember, he's 9-0 since screaming at the fans. He's 10-0. He's 11-0. I said
No,
that
I'm
if they
saying when
had
it
got
first
bounced
happened,
out. Yeah,
when
yeah.
it first
I said
happened.
if they had got bounced out early, obviously he was going to get fired. I think everybody knows that. But
Yeah.
you won, and the core, like we already talked about,
Hey,
looks great. So
he about to get a hell of a raise.
yeah,
Hey man,
yes.
shout out to Nick Sirianni and shout out to Ryan Day of Ohio State. Two coaches who they own fan bases. Like I said, I put it in the chat. Want
Listen,
to run them out of town. They
hey, let
lost
me
to
tell you
Michigan.
something.
They
Hey,
like
hey,
Ryan Day. We got the most. Blah, blah, blah.
hold
They
on,
do it. But
time out. We're not talking about no Ohio State on this podcast. No Ohio State talk will be
Okay,
had
I'm just talking about
on this
Ryan Day, the
podcast.
person. I'm not talking
I
about the
don't like
team.
Ryan Day, Ohio State, or none of that. I don't want to hear nothing about none of that. You
Why
understand me?
not, bruh? What?
Listen, hey, listen, I got PTSD. They stole a goddamn championship from us. But anyway,
Oh,
we're not
okay.
talking about no goddamn Ohio
Well,
State offense.
just shout out to the coaches who stuck to what they believe in and kept
Yeah.
their jobs this year. All right, that's all I'm saying. Uh, But yeah, I wish we could talk more in depth. I wish there were moments where like, oh, that was so clutch and da da da. But I mean, this game was over at halftime, cuz. All right, I don't know what to tell you. I know there are big moments. The what's my boy name? D Hop. The D Hop drop there was big. I mean, you can't drop that
Man, you got the
pass.
nerve to talk about ref
Nah,
after the
he
post game. You
stumbled
better
Yeah,
shut your mouth.
he stumbled over his own feet. You wide open. Like, come on,
yeah, you
man.
know what I mean. And
You
people were
got
making
the
crazy jokes
nerve
about like his
to talk
fit to the
about the
game,
refs.
and stuff, and like the story about that. So I ain't gonna make no joke because I'm not gonna, his peoples are not here. I'm not gonna talk about that stuff. But like, bro, you can't come to the game, have this purpose or whatnot, and doing foolishness like that on the field. You can't do it. Then, like you said, Ethan, he's like, well, ain't nobody talking about the refs now. Don't do that, bro.
Are you
Don't do
being
that.
for real?
Okay, y'all
No,
got
come
y'all
on now.
teeth stomped out. They put y'all head on the stairs and jumped on top of your head to break your teeth
First
in.
of all, I don't
No,
even
come
look
on,
at
bro.
B Hop as a true like chief. I mean, he's been there for a minute and a half.
He was
Couple
talking
So
weeks.
spicy after that AFC Championship game. Oh, they traded me away in my prime. I was that guy. I'm this, that, and next. Oh, okay,
Hey,
all
yo.
right.
Okay,
I mean,
crazy.
he was
But
decent on
the
the
thing about
Cardinals.
it
I'm
is,
not.
but the thing about it is though, he did drop that one pass, but he really none of the receivers really had a good game except for Worthy,
Xavier Rhodes, and again,
and he the fastest dude on the field. So, I mean, Patrick Mahomes didn't have time to do much.
yeah,
So
no,
we can't say like, oh, B Hop wouldn't have had a good game. But if you hike, like you said, Ethan, you said hike 1, 2, 3, and you gotta
They
scramble.
faced already,
And
and
then and
if
then
he
what
called it
happens
late, they
is
throwing a
also
flag. It don't
after
even matter.
after the beginning of the game, you didn't watch it, but in the beginning of the game, after them first couple of pressures, he started getting rid of the ball early because now he's already sped up. His clock is already sped up because they're in his face.
He
And so
was
then
throwing
what's
the
that
ball
happen?
faster.
Yeah.
Yes, he was throwing, he was getting the ball out. Even like when he could have held it a little bit longer to let the routes develop, he was getting rid of the ball or moving out of the
Oh, so
pocket.
he was just jumpy from the
that's what he was
start.
doing,
Not from the
moving out of the
start. He
pocket.
started off normal, but after he got hit a couple times, listen, I don't care. Look, I've been saying this from day one, and y'all know I'll continue to say this. I don't care who you are, Patrick Mahomes, Drew Brees, Tom Brady. When you apply pressure to any quarterback, they look average. That's
Yeah,
just
they start
period.
getting
It
them.
doesn't
Yeah,
matter. That's why I'm a hey. That's why I love what my boy in Minnesota
Brian
damn
Sam.
Flores,
Brian
Yeah,
Flores.
Brian.
He will blitz them. He will listen. He'll send a blitz after your mama. You understand me? Listen. What happens is it forces you, even if they don't get home, but they hit you, and they hit
that's what it
you,
did. That's what
and
it's
they hit
about.
you. Look, bro. After a while, these quarterbacks don't want to get hit like that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You understand? So now
let
I
them play
now I
their
have to
life.
get rid of the ball faster so I don't get hit.
And you got to
Like
think,
I
Ethan, right? Like first, like mind you, first play of the game, right? Literally a quick RPO to Juju, right? Now, okay, cool. Now, so then the rest of the game, we bring in four. So as a quarterback, okay, here's four. There's seven back, so I can't just let the ball quick because especially if they up and down,
no.
I gotta let the line develop. Well, I
And
can't let it
then and
develop if
then
they in my face, they in my lap. Okay,
and then you don't know what they playing
yeah,
because now
exactly.
because now it'll look like man and then they drop
They can
out. So
switch it up because
so
you're drawing four. Yeah,
yeah,
at
exactly.
any
So
time.
if
My
you
our
try to
boy,
throw it quick,
Mhm.
something that you think is going to be open isn't open.
Well, that's
Exactly.
what happened
So
with the.
hey,
That's
but
what
I
happened
just want
with
to
the
say this
Degene
one
pick.
thing. I just want to say this one thing also about. I think. Listen, obviously, Andy Reid is a genius. He's one of the greatest coaches in the history of the NFL. But I don't understand. The only way to get them out of that is you have to run the ball. Like you have to run the ball. And so I think they had like 15 runs or 15 run attempts or something like the whole game or something like that. And come on, man, like you
I
have the four bestie. Here's the thing, Kyle. If I have 4 pass rushes. And I only tell them, listen, don't even worry about the run. Go get the quarterback. What do you think they're gonna do?
No, I feel
So
that.
My
so
thing is,
they're not
you're right with that.
there's no attempt and hold on. It's not just when I say run the ball, the short game is a part of the run too. Screens is a part of the run too. Man, Kansas City is one of the best screening teams in the NFL. I didn't see no screens. I didn't see I just everything was hurried up. They won't run the ball, so the run, just the threat of the run, even if you're not successful doing it, the threat of the run can open up play action. Maybe you break one or two, and it forces them to kind of break out of that. But you have to do something. You can't just say Patrick Mahomes, drop back, 3-step drop, 5-step drop, try to win us the game. That
I
that that
I
that that was not. Obviously, we saw how unsuccessful that was.
Yeah,
But
I feel that wholeheartedly. I just feel like the game was out of hand so quick. Like I feel like it was out of the game so quick. And again, we're talking about a team that isn't known for being a balanced team anyway. It's not like we're talking like a team like I wouldn't even
that's true.
obviously not Baltimore, but like just any other team like with 60-40, like 60-40, 65-35 might be considered balanced in today's game, like 60 pass, 40 run at this point. Like a lot of teams don't do 50-50. But for a team that we don't it isn't really known to run the ball, I do feel you like the concept of it. But I also think in the same breath, like, hey, if I'm Andy. And I would say even okay, so obviously before halftime, but it was getting out of hand mid second quarter,
It
second
was out of
quarter.
hand once he threw that
So
Okay,
pick
but
six.
what I'm saying is
so
that what you're doing isn't working. So you keep doing the same thing over and over, or you gonna try something else. I'm just
well,
saying,
no,
try
no,
it.
But
no.
you're
I know. I completely understand what you're saying. I'm just saying from a coaching standpoint. I'm saying like, hey, we can run the ball. And I had a couple runs, but from Philly's philosophy is, well, we better than these guys. We can play the run because there's teams that are good enough to play the run to the quarterback. Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like if your D line is
Hmm.
just that good, that's kind of this D line. You know what I mean?
that's
Obviously, they didn't
exact.
try it.
That's what I
They
was
didn't
gonna get
try
at.
it, so like we can say, well, you didn't try it, so we don't know. But I feel like that wouldn't have been as successful. Then halftime what was it 20? What was it halftime? 24-0? Was it 24?
24-0, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
24, right? You know what I mean? And again, they come out of half and you're like, okay, like we're still in it. I mean, Philly came out and scored, and it's like, okay, like now it was really out of hand. So I just feel like the amount of time you had to establish a run or try to get a resemblance of the run was so limited, like to like a quarter and a half. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
but I
Because
feel you. But I feel you like with the like, hey, you got to try something else. But I just think, and I'm not gonna say Andy thinks this, but I think Philly's philosophy was they're not good enough to play us to run the ball, so we can play the run to the quarterback and be just fine. You know what I'm saying?
but
So,
that's why it's
um,
like you see how fast the line collapsed. Like that, I don't think the run was
uh,
going in. Maybe the screen passes would have worked,
right,
but
like a screen. I would say the screen
run or
maybe.
like a little delay handoff or something like that, that's getting blown
Yeah.
up
But
every single
and
Yeah.
time.
I
I
want
don't
to
think that
say
would.
one more thing, and I don't think I don't know if I put this in the chat, but I was going to say props to Philly's D line because we
But
always see quarterbacks, well, not quarterbacks, but Pat Mahomes rushers not staying in their pass lanes. You know when they say the edges rush to the quarterback dead to his chest. So like there is no like you could try to back out of the pocket. Well, I'm gonna be here contained. Then
Yeah,
you
he
step
couldn't
up
do
where
it.
you have Jordan Davis and oh boy,
Jalen
I forget his
Carter.
name, Jalen Carter, all in his chest too. You know what I'm saying? Like they
And
rush
they were running hard
fantastic. The
too. It
pocket
wasn't
literally
giving up.
was just is that's
yeah,
what you want to do. Collapse the
and
pocket.
then what I also wanted to say too is like, and I know they're not this type of team, but I'm saying Andy Reid being, offensive genius that he is, I don't understand it. Like you could also run 12 personnel too, right? You could put your heavy guys in there. You could bring an extra offensive lineman in, or you could put you could bring twin tight end set to help block. Because here's the thing: if you play 12 personnel, right, and you bring an extra offensive lineman, that's 6 versus 4 now. Now, and you got the tight end to chip or whatever. So I'm just saying, like, try
Kelsey wasn't
something.
even blocking though.
I
I
I
literally
feel
watched
you. I feel
almost
you.
every clip, and Kelsey was
I
doing like a little
yeah.
and then
Look,
just
I'm
No,
not.
but
Look,
I'm saying if you put the extra offensive lineman in there to help him, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
no,
I'm just saying,
I'm not
like,
disagreeing with
I
nothing. I
I,
just
I
think the
just
personnel.
I just can't I just couldn't believe. I'm like at halftime, I'm like, okay, there has to be some type of adjustment, and
Yeah, you said that.
there
He
was
did say
no
that, yeah.
there was no adjustment. They came out and did the same stuff. I
I
was
thought
like,
Saquon would have went off in the second half, and that I mean it
And
would have slammed the door in
no,
everybody's
and
face.
honestly,
they was not gonna they was sold out on not letting Saquon
beat them.
run
But
all
it's
over
so
them.
crazy how and I guess this would be the last thing I say about it, but it's so crazy how all of the attention went on him, and it almost negates and blocks out that you literally have all pro receivers on. You have two, literally two all pro receivers, top paid in the league, at your
You
disposal.
got a good tight end too,
Yes.
and
What's his
people
name?
forget. People
Oh,
forget.
Dallas
he's
Goddard.
athletic. He
That's
reminds
kind
me
of
of
people
he
forget
reminds me of
also,
Gesicki.
but also
I don't
people
know why.
forget back to Jalen Hurts. People forget that first Super Bowl he outplayed Patrick Mahomes in that game too.
Hmm.
Hmm.
He had a late turnover that kind of cost him the game, but he outplayed Patrick Mahomes the first time they played.
Yeah.
So this is not like a fluke. Like, oh, Jalen Hurts played a game out of his life. Like, no, he's done this
No, no.
before. We've seen this.
No.
We gonna see. And, hey, they kept showing that Kansas City bench area, like the kind of that long shot, and bro, they was cooked coming out of halftime. They was cooked, bro. Cooked. But that bronchitis. Are you good? Are we good?
Are you drinking? Oh, okay. I was like,
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
whoa. Okay.
You
All
straight
right.
out?
I thought he was spazzing for a second.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me or no? I muted it,
Yeah,
right?
we could.
Or no?
If you didn't mute
No,
it,
we
we could
heard
hear
you.
you.
We
Yeah, we
heard you.
heard all that.
Oh,
That was
hold on. How do I mute?
That was straight into the mic.
whoa.
All right, I
Yeah.
pushed the wrong button. My bad.
Crazy.
I was
Um,
trying to. I was trying to mute it.
No, you good, you good. But yeah, so we can dispose of that. Philly is the 2024 NFL champs. We're gonna see if they can run it back. I think they're obviously way too early. Odds on favorite to win again, back to back or whatever. Hey man, that Philly team scary. On to some news. All right, some off-season news that we have from around the league. All right, rumor mill, as they say. All right. Well, this is no rumor. This is actually fact and not innuendo. Aaron Rodgers will not be returning to the New York Jets. Just sorry. We could have to. We can blank that. I'm sorry. He just sorry. We can
Yo,
blank that.
come
We can
on,
blank that.
dog.
We can blank that. It's okay, bro. I'm sorry. We can blank that. Uh, so reports, Aaron Glenn, obviously the new coach in New York, they had a meeting with Aaron Rodgers, and they were like, he flew all the way from California, I think. I think he's staying in California. So they like,
Yeah,
Aaron
he lives there.
Rodgers coming on command, not really Aaron Rodgers-esque, like he do what he want to do. Apparently, some of the stipulations that they have for him, if he was going to return to the Jets, would be no more weekly spots on the Pat McAfee show, which we know he loves to go on there and talk his wisdom. Pat, I'm just da, da, da. I hate him so much, bro. So he can't do that, and he
Yo,
would be
come on.
required to attend minicamp, which he was in Egypt smoking Egyptian dust or something last season. Remember? And Robert Saleh said it was unexcused absence, or yeah, it was unexcused. Robert Saleh, being a cuck he was like, I don't know what to do, man. Just go ahead, Aaron. Anyway,
Bro,
so
Oh my
he will
God,
not be back.
bro,
bro,
Your
what
thoughts on
is,
that?
what is happening?
Bro, Ethan, go ahead. You said
That
you was riding
Tylenol
on.
has some in it, I tell you that.
Ethan, go ahead. What do you think about Aaron
Hey,
Rodgers not
hey, that
returning?
Tylenol, that Tylenol might be laced with fentanyl. God damn it, Jesus.
I'm just being
Um,
serious, bro.
I mean,
You're a head coach. You're gonna let this guy do that to you? Anyway, go ahead.
I don't really
What
have,
are your thoughts, and where is Aaron Rodgers gonna be playing football next year?
I don't really have a lot to say about this.
A-Rod's your guy, though.
I mean,
Say
yeah, but
something.
I'm telling you what it is. I don't really have a lot to say about it. He's definitely coming to the end of this rodeo. This rodeo is about
He's
to,
already there.
not even rodeo. This ship is about to sink. It's about to sink quick.
No,
I don't even
the
know.
ship is
Like,
just floating
obviously, a
on
team's gonna pick
that
him up,
Egyptian
but if
dust.
I'm being completely honest, and every team had like a good, competent quarterback, he's not getting picked up anywhere. He would just be done now.
So are you
Um,
saying that he? So what do you? Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I mean, even though I looked at his numbers and like they said, like last year throughout like the last 10 weeks, he went like 20 touchdowns, four
They were
interceptions. It
average.
didn't,
They
and
weren't
almost like
trash.
4,000 yards, but it didn't feel like it. Like it most certainly didn't feel like it. So
Hmm.
I, it's all good things have to come to an end sometimes, and
Okay, it's been gone for
and
2 years.
that's
Pick your team. Where is he going to be next season? Where is he taking snaps?
bro. I don't know. I'm assuming if Brock Purdy, Debo's out. Brock Purdy wants to. They're not paying him whatever. I'm going to assume. We're going to assume that they're not going to do that, and he moves on. Yeah, you got to go to San Fran and do
Okay,
whatever.
okay, we're gonna go on to the next person because they're gonna need to want you, so you'd
Actually,
have
no,
to go
you
play
can't do
there.
that because Robert
Anyway,
Sala is there. My bad. So I would
yeah,
say,
yeah.
I would
Like,
say
what are you talking
probably
about?
like I can't see him on the Raiders. I don't know. Just get out
Just
the
say
league.
a team,
I
Retire
tell
bro.
you,
already.
I tell you where he's gonna be. I tell you,
Retire, please. Oh
Oh,
Lord.
so he's
I tell
retired.
you,
Okay, so Ethan's calling retirement.
I'll
Go ahead,
tell you.
Caleb.
He's gonna be right there on Fox News. Is where he's gonna be. That's the team
Nah.
he's gonna
Retire.
be with.
Oh
It's
Lord.
over with.
Retirement.
Oh Lord.
Just take
Okay.
your money and
Uh,
ride off into the sunset.
Unc.
I
Again,
think
your
so.
your
Hey,
reaction to the
listen.
news.
Hey,
Where he gonna be
listen.
playing this year?
What I have to say is probably going to be unpopular.
Uh oh.
But at the end of the day, man, what you guys don't understand is he's still under contract. He still has one more year in the contract. His
Oh, I
cap
know.
hit, his cap hit, his cap hit this season is $52 million. So I don't understand what the Jets are doing. Obviously, I want Aaron Glenn to be successful. Being one of the minority head coaches. I hope for all those guys to be and wish for all those guys to be successful, even though I don't like anything Jet. I don't understand. So you don't have to. I understand what you guys are saying. Oh, Aaron Rodgers, he. All of that being said, he's still in the contract. So you guys think that Aaron Glenn can go into a season and be successful with who? Who's the quarterback? There's no quarterback out. They don't have a quarterback on the rock. Like, what are you gonna do? Tyrod
No.
Taylor?
Tyrod Taylor,
Tyrod
no.
Taylor's gonna take you somewhere.
Well,
And
my
on top of that, you got a $52 million cap, and you have to pay him anyway.
He
Caleb.
makes a point with that though.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, listen, I think
I
obviously
don't think he should leave.
they said Woody Johnson is obviously on board with this because you don't just do that. And again, Woody tried to bench him like week 6 of the season last year. Woody don't want him there. So Woody,
Well,
they're gonna
it's kind of like the what you call it, the Russ situation from Denver, right? If you get rid of him, you're going to be paying his contract,
well that
his
is if
money.
well
But
if you find
So
it
some people
but
are
Ethan, if you
willing to
find a
eat that
trade
cost,
partner,
though.
I'm gonna say, yeah,
So
if you find a mutual agreement and you find a trade partner, it may not be you covering the whole thing. You might cover 60-40. You
well,
might
but
cover
the I mean, with the Broncos doing that, it worked in their favor because now they found a franchise quarterback in Bo Nix. So it worked in their favor where it's like,
but
okay, we made the hard decision, we're still paying him, but now we have somebody else that we don't have to worry about for another 2 or 3 years, and then we can revisit a contract and how much money we're
But
giving
that's what I'm
out.
saying.
So,
That's why it depends on the compensation you get back if you find a trade partner. That's what I'm saying. The trade
But
compensation
Ethan,
does.
you cannot put Denver in that same category because they've been watching Bo Nix for 3 years, right? Coach Payton had his eye on him, so that's
I
why he
know.
was comfortable. We didn't know that yet, so that's why he was so comfortable letting
but
Russell Wilson leave. So
what I mean is the money
unless
aspect.
what I'm saying is, unless Aaron Glenn has his eye on a quarterback that he
Yeah,
knows that he's gonna get that we don't know about yet, but I'm just speaking for right now, where we are at right now with Tyrod Taylor as their quarterback. I don't see how a first year. Listen, you guys gotta understand too. The New York market, there is no strip it down to the studs and rebuild. They're not gonna go for that, right? They already feel like they are close enough to
well,
where we can compete right now, but you need a quarterback. And the last thing I'll say about Aaron Rodgers is when you look at his numbers from the last 6 weeks, people forget, and like it drives me crazy. And you guys are turning me into this Aaron Rodgers lover, which I'm not, but you got to have the common sense and see what you're watching. He came off of an Achilles injury, man. You see what Kirk Cousins looked like? They came off the same injury, right? He played way better than Kirk Cousins. When you look at his
I
last
said
six
that he
games,
went 20-4,
but
20
what I'm
touchdowns.
saying is, you look at the last 6 games. He started off rough. Oh, obviously, he hadn't played in 2 years.
Yeah,
Started off rough. The last 6 games, he played very, very good football,
yeah.
right? So there's a lot of things going on. You
But
had him had he hadn't played. This is my last thing. I'll let you guys finish.
Yeah.
He hadn't played in 2 years. came back off of the Achilles injury, an entire brand new team around him. They got Devontae Adams halfway through the season, but he hadn't played with Devontae in 3 years, so that also took time, right? So
Man.
there's a lot of things that went wrong, but at the end of the day, my only thing is that I thought they should keep Aaron for the last year. Even if you're going to draft a quarterback, you still need a bridge guy because you do not want to bring in, let's say, a Shador and start him on day one. As good as we think Shador is in that New York market, they're going to rip him to shreds. You want a bridge guy that I would have kept Aaron Rodgers, had him played this year, draft a quarterback, have my rookie quarterback. Everybody knew, Aaron Rodgers would know, everybody knows, hey, this is your last year. You're going to help us try to groom this new guy. And then, the next year, you ride off into the sunset. No matter what happens, we have our rookie guy. That's the thought. That's the plan that I think that they should have done, unless, like I said, they have this master plan where they're gonna go get Sam Darnold, or they have something in play. But to me, but regardless of the fact that if you go get a guy like Sam Darnold, you're gonna have to pay him 100 and probably 20 million, $150 million, and you still have to pay Aaron Rodgers. So
So
I still don't.
I'm so sorry that we have come to this point where you are a Aaron Rodgers Glazer now. All right. This is crazy.
Y'all
This
made
this
y'all
is
made me a
absolutely
y'all made me a
absurd.
Glazer.
Okay. Now let me say, you say we fail to realize certain stuff, and I would just say this. Every reason that you've said or given is the reason he's not going to be there next year, right? Number one, he want to call the shots, right? And they already said Aaron Glenn isn't really I don't know if you guys watched the pivot, his episode with the pivot. Did y'all watch that episode?
No.
Oh no.
No.
Okay, he a no
I
nonsense
did.
type of guy, right? Okay, so
Yeah,
there's not gonna be two talking heads in here. That's
yeah.
number one. Number two, they let you bring in the Green Bay Pack. It became New York Packers. That's what it became. And you said it takes a couple games. No, bro, you play with these guys. We need you clicking like this. I want you clicking like that. That's the homeboy. I want you clicking like that, right? He played well at the end of the
But he
season, right?
still missed a
He
year.
hadn't played. He
He
hadn't
played.
played
Hey,
in two
hold
years.
on. He
Come on.
played well at the end of the season, right? Did those lead to wins, right? I get it. Like we
Yes.
talked about Joe Burrow, right? Bro, last
But
time
what
I
I'm saying,
remember, they lost to the Patriots, like second game. Like what we talking about? Like he had bad losses
You're
in there,
saying you
like to
said the
bad
end. You
teams,
said the end of the
right?
thing. The end of it.
The end of the
They were
season, they
winning.
played
Yeah.
Patriots end of the season. What are you talking about?
so you're telling me
Oh,
that
wait,
so
wait.
you're
And
telling me after they fired
Salah.
Salah,
Salah, that defense looked like it was
but bro,
after they fired Salah.
but
Come on,
again,
come on,
why?
man,
But
come on,
why?
man, come on, man, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Why
Don't
was Salah
you
not
can't.
there? Why was Salah not there, bro? Come on, because of
I only
Aaron
got a
Rodgers.
point
Like
in
what are
that one.
what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
No, it was
Like what are we?
Salah was not there because of Aaron Rodgers.
Because
That's
so
fake
you're gonna say
news.
Aaron Rodgers had
That's fake news. It's false
okay
narrative.
now Unc is definitely
Listen,
on that now Unc is okay now I thought Unc was just a little bit there now you kind of sound like you all the
bro,
way there
that's
ain't
not
no
what
way bro
happened, bro.
ain't no way
I read
bro
up on this.
sick go ahead
That is not what happened. Aaron Rodgers found out he got fired just like everybody else. Woody made that decision. That was
so
a
what about that
Woody
meeting
Johnson
Woody and Aaron
decision.
had before they fired him what about that meeting you don't think he knew like in that meeting Woody telling him hey bro hey cuz you think we're gonna get up off
No,
him
because that's what everybody's saying. Everybody's saying that's why Aaron Rodgers was so shocked because he was first of all, Aaron Rodgers is what
bro
people like, bro, you got
bro
to know the full
bro
story. Like
what bro
Aaron
You
Rodgers,
turn him
bro
into
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers,
Rodgers.
hey, listen to me.
that's what I'm
Aaron
saying.
Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers and Robert Saleh's kids are like
Oh,
super close.
well,
You understand what I'm saying? Like you think he gonna say, "Oh no, I want to get this guy
well, mother
fired."
sick.
Bro, that
We're
don't work
talking
like
about a
that,
guy,
bro.
right? We're talking about a guy, right? Who through the years, and
Listen,
mind you,
it
I
doesn't matter what
followed
I
the
say.
career
You
of this
have this
guy.
hate for him, so it doesn't matter what I say. So you have your opinion,
I
I
have
have my
facts. I
opinion.
have facts. I
No,
have
that's
facts for
not a
you.
fact.
No,
You
here's a
wasn't
fact
in the
for you. Here's a
building.
fact for you. He is a narcissist, right? That's a fact for you. Given multiple accounts of this guy,
Nigga,
right?
this nigga's
From
I
this nigga's
agree with
this
you.
nigga
I agree
from
with you.
former
this
I
nigga got
girlfriends
a
to
agree.
former
I
penis.
agree
teammates
with all of
to
that.
right. He is a
Kyle, I
backstab
agree with
as a
all of that. I'm talking about
so
as the Jets.
well,
What
mother,
is the smartest thing for the Jets organization? I agree with you. All of those things
bro.
you said is true
But
about his personality.
so
But
let me get to
if
my
I
last
have to
point. Let me
pay
get to my
this guy
last point.
$52 million to go away, How does that make? And I don't have a quarterback. How does that make my team better?
Well,
That's
we
what
say
I'm
you say
saying.
you say they don't have a quarterback, right? We don't know that yet. Let's let the draft go by. Let's see what happens, right? Now, my thing is, if you find it, or again, they might find a trade partner. Like I was telling Ethan, you find someone to divvy up that salary, cool, whatever. Let's see what happens there. But my biggest thing, and I said this the whole season, like when you were making the point, man, the offense is gonna be crazy. They're gonna spread teams out. That all that stuff you was gonna begin the season. And I'm like, hey, okay, well that's cool. What was I harping on? The off the field stuff, right? These stipulations are off the field stuff. Like I feel like that's another thing kind of just throw under the radar with the quarterback position, like that don't matter, bro. It matters, especially in a market like that. Your best receiver don't want to be there. He said, "I'm not going to be here if he coming back." That's a problem, right? And look, that's like altering your franchise. You can't bring that guy back. You can't like that. That's the future of the franchise. He's thinking Gary Wilson gonna be most improved player,
So
Pro
let me
Bowl
ask you
player,
this
All Pro
question.
player. This
Let me
guy don't
ask
want
you
to
this
be there,
question.
right? Because of
So
this guy.
so 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 now you're talking about the player empowerment,
Player
but
empowerment.
you
Well,
feel the
Mudda
same way
said
about
this guy is
no.
their locker
Listen to
room
what you're saying.
cancer. He's a
No,
locker
no,
room
no. This is
cancer.
what no. Look,
Nah, don't
listen what
matter.
you're saying. Because this guy, your best receiver, don't want to be there, so you can't bring the guy back. How'd that work out for Sacramento?
See, you just latched on to one thing I said and just kind of bypassed the whole idea.
Sacramento.
No,
Sacramento.
Like,
how'd that
what are
work
we
out?
talking about?
So they fired that
Who-
coach for De'Aaron Fox, and De'Aaron Fox is where? Who he play for now?
Oh,
Oh,
There's no way we're
You
comparing
don't
the
run a
two.
franchise based
There,
on what the
there's
players want.
bro.
If
I'm
that's your
just,
quarterback, that's your
bro.
quarterback.
Bruh,
You're under
I
contract.
said that as a
Like, what
microcosm
are
of
we
what
talking
Aaron
about?
Rodgers as a
The NFL
person,
is a
bruh.
hard cap. The NFL is not the
What?
NFL. The NFL is not the NBA. It's a hard cap. You're gonna
Exactly.
play. You're not gonna not play. So all of this, like, oh my God, he doesn't want to be here, so we have to get rid of this guy. All
the
that.
CBA is
Obviously,
basically
This is
obviously,
what's
walking him
best for our
back.
obviously,
team.
obviously, they're not getting rid of him.
When
I'm saying your second
w-
year receiver, who literally had 1,000 yards his rookie season, comes in, he's here and regresses. That's not a problem. That's not something you look at like, let me look at who's throwing him the ball because my top tier receiver, who we
I'm
think is the
saying to
receiver of the
you
future, is
that I
regressing.
don't give a what a player want, what he don't want.
See,
That's what
again,
I'm saying.
you're latching on to something that's at the end of the
No, no,
conversation
no.
that
I'm not
ain't that
talking. Yo,
ain't important,
I'm talking about
right? I'm saying
you,
as a
but you're
franchise,
talking
your
about.
number
But
one
listen,
receiver is
oh my God,
regressing.
bro, you're talking about it. Listen, you're talking about an NFL team. Listen, when what happened last year, I agree with everything that you said. Aaron Rodgers, blah 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 blah. Guess who fault that is?
Bruh,
That
it's
is
not
not
bull. You
Aaron
said
Rodgers'
it's
fault.
bullshit.
Listen, listen, listen. Aaron Rodgers said, I'm going to come here. This is what I want. I'm going to be this person, right? They gave him, they acquiesced. Now there's a new sheriff in town. And you're going to lay out the law, right? This is what I want from you. If you're not going to do this, cool. If you're going to do this, come on, right? Okay, all that is fine. But you miss me when you talk about, oh, he doesn't want to, this person doesn't want to be here because he's there and that person. Listen, the locker room is an important part of an NBA team. But at the same time, when I'm building a team, when I'm building a franchise, see, Peyton, see, what's the dude Denver, the coach,
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton had a plan. Okay, Sean Payton had a plan. See what's going to happen because this NFL is a copycat. Oh, you know what? Look at what Denver did. I could just keep 52 million on my books and I write the ship. The you can. Okay, you guys are going to see when this $52 million is on this goddamn cap, and you have to let this guy go. What that team, with the things that you're going to have to give up, and and you don't have a quarterback. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, I knew what I was saying. What I was gonna say is gonna be an unpopular opinion. That is my opinion. I feel. Listen, I
Hey,
could give two
as
about
hey,
how successful the Jets are. And matter of fact, I want them to be that.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like again, I don't know
But
what your
I'm just saying,
expectations are,
if
right?
I'm the general manager and I'm running the team and I'm the coach, my idea would be we're gonna bring. He's already in the contract. I'm not telling you to sign a new contract. He's already under contract. Bring Aaron Rodgers back, draft a quarterback, have him sit 1 year under a Hall of Fame quarterback, and then the following year we move off. That would be my plan, and that's where the direction I would go. We still have to see what's going to happen, who they're going to get, what's going to happen. To me, they made the wrong move. That's my opinion.
I feel you. I'm just saying, as someone who's a no nonsense guy, I'm just to kind of support a guy who's all about the foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, all the unexcused absences, the Egyptian
But that's the
dust.
team's
You
fault.
know,
Kyle, you know this. The
I,
player's gonna get away with what they want to get away with. If
I,
I
I
if I'm the star player and the flight's supposed to leave at 6 o'clock, and I know if I come at 8, they're gonna wait for me because I'm the star player. They're gonna get away with it. But if the coach leave your ass and find you, then you know, oh
but
shit, I have
Uncle
to go.
Boy,
So the
this
player's
guy been
gonna
doing
get
this his whole
away.
career. I
Listen,
don't.
that I understand that, but
Hey man, hey,
listen, tolerance versus production. Tolerance versus production. If they ran out of tolerance in Green Bay, they moved on. The Jets were
exactly.
so damn desperate to have a Hall of Fame quarterback because they hadn't had a quarterback in 50 years, right? And they gave him everything. That was the organization's fault. You cannot blame the player for asking for something and having them acquiesce and to say, "Oh, well, you shouldn't have won all that power." Stop it,
What? No, I'm saying like not showing up to mandatory training camp. Like that's just like what the team like. I get. I
bro,
feel
bro,
like you kind of
bro.
moving
People
it
keep
because
saying,
you
bro.
want to
People keep
like
saying
make
that.
it
That's
make
stupid.
it the
That's
thing.
stupid.
Come on,
That's stupid, bro. That's
bruh,
stupid. It's
what?
stupid.
Come on
It's
again
stupid.
for this young team
I
that he's
was here.
supposed to
I
be
was here.
leading. The
I
young
was
team that he's
here.
supposed to
I
be
was
leading.
there. I
That's a
was
great
there.
example, right?
So I have a so I and forget about Aaron Rodgers. Just think about you as an individual. You work at a job. Okay, you get hired at this job. When I get hired at this job, I told you I had planned before I even came to this job. I had a trip plan. I had a vacation plan. Okay. Now your job
Whoa,
tell you it's cool.
bro.
Now it's time for your vacation, and your job say, well, you're supposed to be here. When I told you before I even came here a year ago that I had this trip planned. He told them
Bruh.
2 years ago that this trip was to Egypt was planned.
Oh, how you know all
So,
this? How you know all this?
bro, that's in the reporting. Did you guys watch Enigma? Come on, man. You guys gotta watch this,
So when
bro.
Robert Sala's up there like this is
He does have
unexcused,
a
I have no
point
idea
there.
what's going on.
Bro, I'm asking you. No, forget about Aaron Rodgers.
If
I'm
you
asking
watched the
you.
Netflix show, then you would
If
know
you
what
tell
happened.
your job before
I'm talking about Aaron
you get
Rodgers, bro.
hired.
I don't talk about
Oh,
me. I'm talking about
no,
Aaron
no, no,
Rodgers.
no. But I'm saying, so you can't, bro. He's a person. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. If I have a job and I get hired at a job and I tell you I have a vacation, and then a year before I have an actual vacation, and then my vacation comes, you talking about, oh, it's mandatory? But the
Okay.
hell the it ain't.
Hey, all
I
right.
told you
Hey,
before I came here.
listen, this sound like a bunch of I never in my
Come
life
on, man.
got out here this, but I'm not even because I would get hot because I'm not
And guess what? I'm gonna
a
tell you
commitment
this.
guy.
And the
But
reason
hey,
why I feel like that is because that's the shit happened to me. I freaking got hired at a job. I told them that my wife is pregnant. When my wife has her first baby, I won't be here for 6 goddamn weeks. Oh, it's fine. Oh, yeah, we're all about family here. Oh, blah, blah, blah. And my wife had a kid. 1 week after my wife had a kid, they called me on the phone. Oh, when you coming back? I told you I ain't gonna be there for 6 goddamn weeks.
yeah,
Oh,
I'm
it's
not
the
gonna
first
compare.
kid. You ain't really doing nothing. What's going on?
It's
Crazy.
a
I'm not
first
coming to
kid.
Yeah, that's
work. I'm
crazy.
not gonna be here
Yeah,
for
that's
6 weeks.
wild. I'm not gonna compare that to have that. They said
But
you weren't
I'm
doing
just telling
nothing.
you, but I'm
They
just saying
said
that's
that.
exactly what happened to Aaron.
That's
He
crazy.
told them when he got there, he told them the year before he had a trip plan. They already knew. They knew. So you can't, that's why, that's all I'm saying. All the other I'm saying, I agree with you with. That's shit. No company can tell me when I already told you that I'm not going to be here. Oh, it's mandatory. Oh, it's unexcused. You and your excuse. You
Hey,
understand me?
well, we gonna see. They have the number 7 pick, so I think you can do a lot with that. Obviously, a lot of teams are not high or low on these they're low on these quarterbacks. Again, reportedly, the Titans are going to trade that number 1 pick because they're not enamored with anyone at that pick. So the Jets could very well go into. So I want to. I'm curious if your tune will be changed if they do end up trading him, getting a quarterback, and then bringing a bridge guy, whoever that might be, for the season or however that might work out. Because again, I
So
guess
you're gonna have so you're gonna
hindsight
get a
is
rookie quarterback, a bridge quarterback, and pay Aaron Rodgers 52 million.
well. Again, like I told you, I'm saying if you find a trade partner, you find someone to divvy up that salary. They may
But
not pay
you
the whole
guys
50
see,
million.
Ethan couldn't figure out a team. Caleb say he retiring. Who the team you're gonna trade him to?
I mean, there's New Orleans who need a quarterback, or some. I don't know what New Orleans' plan is for the future. So, but the team who need a quarterback because
So New
they're
Orleans,
not bringing Derek Carr back.
so New Orleans is in cap hell. They're $68 million over the
Yeah, he's
cap.
not going to New
They're gonna
But
Orleans.
go. He's gonna
but I'm
go to
saying,
New Orleans, and they're gonna take a piece of that contract.
well, no, listen. But I'm saying, well, obviously because it's cap held, probably not. But they're gonna. But Cam Jordan's not gonna be back. Demario Davis, the whole defense is not gonna be back, right? So, which is a lot of their money is from years ago. You know when they like change to the defense, whatever. Them
Yeah,
guys are gonna be
no.
back. I don't know. We'll see what Vegas is talking about. I don't know. I don't really love that. Obviously, Ethan, you said the 49ers. I don't think with Robert Saleh being back there, I don't know how that fit would be. But Unc
Yeah,
said
that's
they
why I
kid.
said no.
Unc
He
said they
won't be
play
no
kids play.
Orleans.
Unc said they kids play together, so maybe they are best friends. For hell I know.
Hey,
You know what I'm
that's what I
saying?
heard.
Like, come on, cut it out, bro.
Hey,
That's
man, that's what the
ridiculous.
streets said, man. I'm
That,
just telling you what the streets talking about.
The streets is crazy.
bro. Um,
You know
but
what I'm saying?
and
Hey,
then
listen, I got that ESPN app. I be all over the country. You understand what I'm saying? I might listen to ESPN LA, ESPN New York, ESPN Memphis. I know what the going on in the whole country. What they talking about?
that's
The
crazy.
streets are saying that them peoples was close. That's what the streets are saying. That's all I'm saying.
With a guy with that personality, I don't know what you can believe and what you can't believe. Um, Here we go. Then the next, so uh obviously we kind of touched on this, but the Miles Garrett request out of trade or request trade out of Cleveland. Obviously, he penned that note, just kind of thanking the fans and what he's looking forward to doing. Moving forward in his career. With that said, Unc, I know you said obviously you'd love to see him on the Commanders. If they can get a piece of him, kind of going all in for him. I'm going to look up his contract details with how many years he has, but I think the team has to trade for him, obviously, and we'll see how the contract
He
negotiations go.
only
Because I
has one
think
more. He only has one more year left on his deal.
you sure it's not two? I think it's two with the last two. Obviously, like the Cleveland can cut him, and
Uh,
like it wouldn't be any dead money. I think it's 2 years. But because I looked at it when he initially requested it. But Ethan, what team would you like to see Miles Garrett make his way to for next season?
If he had requested this like 2 years ago, I don't
Homie,
know, man.
homie, homie, right now,
Um,
bruh. Right now, man.
I, I mean, you obviously can't come to Ray.
bruh, sometime this week, cuz it ain't
I
that
don't know.
hard.
Send him to the Rams.
To the
That D line, like, I mean, you get a veteran there. I'm not saying that he's an Aaron Donald replacement, and that D line with the rookies there is good,
He
but
said he want to go to the contender. We don't know what Matthew Stafford's going to do. Is he retiring? Is he coming back?
he's not retiring. That man ain't retiring.
Right. So
That
they
that man
said,
Matthew
like I
Stafford got
said,
a
I keep
good
my ear.
3 years
Hey,
left in
like
him.
I said, I keep my ear to the streets. They said that Matthew Stafford's brother-in-law was hired, and the Giants.
Oh my, no.
Oh,
Listen,
okay.
you send him to the Rams, they got
I'm
a
just
good
saying.
another 3 years out
Hey,
of
that's
him.
what the
It's
streets are saying.
unfortunate. It's
So
unfortunate that they want to
The
trade
New
Cooper
York
Cup.
Giants fan is getting kind of itchy. I'm just saying.
Mm.
That's what they saying.
It's unfortunate that they want to trade Cooper Cup, but I mean, whatever they get for him, I don't know what you get for him.
He
I think
his salary cap hit is too high. Even though
also,
he's only making like $22 million, but I think his cap hit is like 30 something million. So they have to move him. They don't have no choice.
he has 2 years. He does have 2 more years on his contract.
Okay.
I don't know where.
Uh,
I honestly do not know where he could go. Everywhere, like you said that he wants to win, right? You look at every major team right now, besides the Commanders, but
and
every
it's gonna
other
be who can
major
re-sign
team
him
is
too.
literally locked up. Like you
No
can't.
one's locked up. You have the Commanders that got all the
No, when
money.
I
You
say
have a
locked
team
up, I
like
mean
Buff.
like you. Oh, when I say locked up, I mean like you're looking at the stars that are already on the team to sign them. So, for example, right? Like the Bengals, you can't do nothing there. We already talked about the Cowboys. That's dead. Okay. You did bring up the Bills. That could be a good point.
Listen,
It
like I
could be a
said,
potential
Commanders,
for the
Buffalo.
defense. Yeah, that would
Oh,
be. Oh, that'd be
okay.
crazy.
Okay.
That'd be insane.
What if the Steelers say, "Hey, air"? Holla at me, cuz
You want TJ Watt?
I line you up next to TJ. You understand what I'm saying? You want to talk about domination. Okay. There's plenty.
That would be
You look at
crazy.
the young team out there, the Chargers. Okay. Them Chargers, to see what they doing with what they building,
I was
they're
just
gonna
about to
be
say the
better next
Chargers.
year. But they're
Mhm.
gonna be better next year. Y'all tell me, homeboy top 10 quarterback.
Oh
So
Lord,
if you like what they
and,
if you like what they building, you
and they have
understand?
$65
So
million dollars in cap
and
space.
they got money. So Chargers got money,
Mhm.
Commanders got money,
Hey,
Bills got money.
Detroit has money too. Detroit has $56 million in free cap.
So come on, man. So that's what I'm trying to say
And
to you.
Minnesota,
He got
Minnesota too. Minnesota has $61 million of
yeah, you guys
open
gotta
space.
understand all these teams that have rookie quarterbacks got money. Tennessee,
I mean, if I'm
I
him
don't know if
though,
he want to go to
send
Tennessee,
me
but
to
Tennessee got
send me to
money.
Buffalo. Because out of those teams, out of all
That's what
those
I would
teams,
do.
I see that as the biggest.
Me, my first choice would
Now,
be
now Buffalo
my
is
first
12
push
million
would
over the cap, so they wouldn't be able to give him a
Oh, never
long-term
mind.
extension
Dang.
currently.
no. They
But he
move
still
some
has
stuff.
2 years, right?
They move some stuff around. That's not
Well,
12 million. Is not we could work with 12 million.
Oh,
That's
to sign
nothing.
okay.
him, to sign him long
I don't
term
know
though,
what
because
that was
again,
Where
they're
did
going
that
to just
come
rip up the
from?
last 2 years of his contract and give him another 5 years. You know what
No,
I'm
they're not
saying?
going to rip it up. They're just going to add it as an extension. They're not going to rip it up. So he'll play those first 2 years on that same deal, and that third year will be an extension.
Oh, well, then I'll
So
go to
Hey,
Buffalo.
well,
I'd go to Buffalo immediately with the quickness.
so now
I wouldn't even think about
my first option would be Commanders. And then because the reason why I say Commanders is they're well, the Bills are in the poor division also, but the Commanders are in a great
mm,
division. Only thing you have to worry about is the Eagles,
yeah,
right? And I like Buffalo also. I really don't want Buffalo because I'm a Dolphin fan. I don't want to meet. I don't want to see
it.
him 2 times a year.
but that boy
Um,
two are gonna be CTE.
and then I also like the Chargers. I like
I
the
think
Chargers.
I think for a win nows thing, I think Buffalo. That would be my number one choice. Washington's fine too. You're going to be surrounded by well on the defensive side. I wouldn't say a lot of young people because they do have a good couple of veterans on that team already on the defensive side that did not show up against Philadelphia. Bobby Wagner, there's just one for example. But you know.
That was a crazy straight, bro.
Yeah, he ain't the Bobby Wagner old like in the
No,
Seahawks, man.
Bro,
Crazy.
Bobby Wagner probably 56 years old. Come on, man. How you supposed to be the same Bobby from back in the Seattle days? Come on, man.
oh my
But
gosh, bro.
yeah, I would say since we talk about the Bills, I'd say the Bills.
Hey, we gonna
I
find
don't
And
out.
like I
know
said,
though. When I'm thinking about,
even the
you're right with
Steelers
that division
because
though.
because the thing about the Steelers is that you imagine what are you gonna do if you put him on a line with another great defensive lineman? He gets double team in every play, sometimes triple team.
And you can't double
If you
team
put you
PJ.
can't double team, you have to choose which one you gonna double team.
I was gonna say, like, who's the best defensive lineman he's played with in Cleveland, bro? Mind you,
Mm,
he has 100 sacks already. Like, mind you,
Listen,
like, bruh.
he had that one. He had that what 1 or 2 years with Clowney, but now Clowney was
Man,
a wash.
that's the one I thought about, but I'm like, I mean, Clowney wasn't saying nothing. I mean,
Oh,
I
now
don't
that I'm
know,
thinking
bro.
about it, we're talking about path to win, like get a Super Bowl and
Yeah,
win.
that's what he's looking
I
for.
guess command. No, I know that's what he's looking for. I said I guess Commanders would make sense in terms of not even just division but conference because to think about it, I like I said like when we
You
talk
don't
about
have
this
to
past
worry
thing, I
about. All you
believe
have
in
to worry
Josh
about
Allen
is
to get
Jalen.
there, but exactly that's my point. You got to worry about if let's say Joe Burrow and them get in, you got to worry about Lamar, you got to worry about Patrick Mahomes, and maybe CJ Stroud, you go on whatever. Like you got to worry about all these people in the AFC. If I go to the NFC, all I'm worried about, like right now, Jared Goff, not Jared. Whoa, Jared Goff, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
Whoa, Jalen Hurts is probably the only person that
and
I'm
let's see what
worried about.
Jordan Love talking about if he gonna have a resurgence come back. He got to stay
Yeah, with
healthy
those,
though.
they need to bring it. Anyways,
And we haven't said this, but he
anyways.
can always, again, Kansas City has the cap space.
Oh Lord have
I was gonna
mercy,
say,
please
no one
no,
said it, but again,
no.
if they wanted to, they,
Listen. If he goes to the Chiefs, I'm not watching football the entire season. Forget about it.
That would be like KD going to the Warriors. Absolutely not.
For real.
oh
That
my
Absolutely
definitely,
not.
goodness.
yeah.
And Chris Jones still has a year left, right?
Yeah, Chris Jones is kind of like on those like 2 year deals, like 2 year, we're like kind of right now. So, yes.
Wow.
Um, Oh my goodness, I'm crying.
You talk about TJ Watt and him. Chris Jones and him would be crazy.
That'd be
That
nasty.
is two big like they're both about the same
They're
size when you
massive.
really look
They're
at it,
massive.
okay?
They're massive.
And they're just running over people.
And again, he's
No.
played in Cleveland, so
Absolutely not.
you think about like location, like warm, cold, like he gonna play in whatever. It don't matter. Like that's not gonna affect him.
Yeah,
Which is crazy.
absolutely
So
not.
we'll see. That will definitely, again, I think we kind of said it earlier, but that's one of those moves where if they do deal him before the season, that will change the landscape a bit because he's gonna go Miles Garrett. I mean, he has like, knickknacks, but he doesn't miss time. Like he's not a guy who misses games. Obviously, he's very productive in the very bad situation he's been in for almost a decade,
What do
right?
they call what's that team up there
Oh yeah,
in
Caleb, what
Cleveland?
do you call him?
The streaks.
Oh, that's crazy. All right, yeah. So he's been up there, been productive, and again, a guy. I'm kind of like a, what do you bring to a locker room? Obviously, there's nothing but praises about this guy. Just overall, he's been finalist for Walter Payton Man of the Year, things like that. So whatever team gets him, I mean, talk about bolstering a defense. It's crazy. Um, so we'll see, bro. Homie, what's
Go
funny?
ahead. Go ahead, Caleb. Go ahead. Put that big black hat up there. Come on.
I was waiting on it.
Come
I
on,
was
come
waiting on
on.
it, bro.
Come on.
Listen. As
hey,
soon as he
hey,
put
I
his hand
saw
up, I
hey,
looked
I
straight at
saw
Unc and I
Ethan.
just started
Hey, I
laughing. I
saw
was like,
Ethan's
"Oh
face.
Lord."
I was like, yeah, it's coming. Go ahead, put that big black hat up there. Go ahead on. And by the way, Kyle, it's all your fault. Okay, this is all your fault.
Bro, what did I do? I didn't
Who
even
I
do
don't
who
know
nothing.
why
started
our
that?
name is up
You
Who
there.
started
started
that?
that. Kyle
Big black
started it.
hand. Bro.
Yes, that started with you.
There you go. There you go.
All right, there we go.
I think I don't remember what I was talking about. It's big black hand and black smudge. You know what I'm saying? All right. So uh Miles Garrett, Aaron Rodgers. All right, so we're gonna
Hey, hold on. Last thing I want to talk about is two things is the NFL the Super Bowl should they have an offensive or defensive MVP, and then also um uh
the
damn, what's
quarter
the last thing?
the rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah, rookie quarterbacks. The rookie quarterbacks.
So I was about to do that right now. So
Okay.
I was gonna say if you guys want to go I wasn't going to say necessarily rank them because I think ranking is pretty easy given like what our rookie of the year standings were, which was pretty unanimous. But I was going to give you guys names and you can kind of just give me again what you felt like. How did you feel about their season? And then what are you projecting, say, 2 to 3 years? Obviously,
I think we should do rankings. You don't want to rank them?
I mean because we already did that
I
with
mean,
the
it's pretty obvious though,
with the thing. I got the like yeah, it's
right?
one of the
I
things where
think
it's
we
like
already did it.
But
Didn't
what
we
I'm
already
saying
do
is
it?
when we rank, I'm saying that when we rank them, we say how we feel.
oh I
So
mean go
We
like
ahead
did that
yeah
though.
yeah go
We
ahead I
did
mean
that though
go
when
we
we
ahead.
can
won
do,
Rookie of the Year.
we can do. Hey, and we don't have to do just the rookie. We can say, the younger quarterbacks, like, because you could add CJ Stroud in there. You can
No,
add
I don't
Anthony
want to. No, I
Richardson
don't
in
want to do. No,
there.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to add them just yet. Not just. I don't have all. I don't have. I don't have all my slander for everyone. For if I were going to do that yet, so I'm not ready because I'd have a lot of slander for some of these young quarterbacks. But and you said top five. Am I
And
missing
we
one?
don't
Because
have to
I've
do, we
yeah,
don't
I
have
was
to
going to
do
say.
five.
I mean, obviously the big three are kind of. You know what I'm saying? Like
Who is your big three?
Who's the big three?
I got the, McDaniels. I got, what's the dude in Denver?
Bo
Bo
Nix,
Nix.
Bo Nix, Drake May, and
Yeah.
what's the other dude?
Caleb
Williams.
Williams.
Caleb, Caleb Williams.
Eh,
Now the only reason I like obviously Drake May is like a rookie, obviously the only reason I didn't have him like my big three is just given like the Patriots they're gonna be probably in another season of poverty before they're in any relevance. Obviously these
No, but we're
the
talking about just restrictive, like his play, not the
okay
entire team.
They
okay
could endure the Bears, but okay.
right.
Yeah, I think
I think the Bears will
I think
compete
he's
they'll
gonna
be
be.
competing for
I think they're
before the
gonna be
Patriots
very. I
Sure.
think they're gonna be. I don't know if they're gonna win, but I think they'll be better next this year with
the
Ben
offense
Johnson.
will look competent. Yeah, I think so. What? So go ahead. I mean, you can kick us off with your ranking of these quarterbacks this past season.
You gonna set it up, or you just gonna slide it in like that?
Oh my!
Yeah,
Well,
set it up, and then we say, okay, next. You ain't gonna set it up. You just gonna slide it in just like that, cuz?
Hey man, y'all
Hey,
are. I'm,
hey,
bro. I'm
hey,
not.
that did sound crazy the second time I said it. It sounded crazy. But
No, I'm trying to be serious.
uh
This dude Caleb just laughing, bro. Like I'm not.
so yeah, set it up. And then I'll go.
Ethan, pick your loose neck up. Come
Hey,
on, man.
hey, 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 bro, get up, bro. Get up. Anyway,
I Meek Mill.
I know you know that audio, bro.
Did you see
Anyway,
that he requested to go to prison with Diddy?
stop.
Okay. No, that's gonna go. No. Let's stay. Hey, we're making good time, bro. Come on. We still gotta
But
Here
you're
talk
we
gonna make
go.
it
NBA.
multiple
There we go.
episodes. Or
Stop.
we gotta
Stop.
go into.
Stop.
Hey,
I
let's flip
know
the script.
we
Yeah,
still
we can
have to
jump into NBA.
yeah,
Yes.
we still have to
I'm
Stop.
start the other one.
Yes. Stop. Top five rookie quarterbacks from the
Halo.
2024 season.
What
Ethan,
we
you still
doing?
on?
We're not doing five. We don't got five.
So you want to do four? You doing four?
Yeah. Or
What
Okay.
you mean we're
let's
not
say
doing four? There
le-
is five.
who's the
Who?
fifth one?
Boom, boom. Oh, am I tripping?
That's why I said. Look, I
Only
mean,
four
obviously,
I know about. Talking
Bo
about people who
Nix, Jaden
played.
Daniels,
I mean,
Caleb Williams Jr.
y'all guy from Atlanta, but he really didn't.
Yeah, but
yeah,
he
He
didn't
I,
really
I
play.
didn't I
Okay.
didn't count him. I
All
didn't
right.
count
Well,
him.
just four. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay.
well,
All
we
right,
could do five. I'll add him in as five. I'll throw him in.
No, thank you.
First of all, that's not your team, so
bro.
we're not
Bro,
even
he
going there.
gonna piss
Wait,
me
wait.
off,
We're not
bro.
worried about a team. He played 2 games. Come on, man.
We're
He's
talking
definitely.
about just his play. We're not talking about the team wins and losses. We're not talking about that. We're talking about we're evaluating court just like how they do. Think of it like before draft, before they
Okay,
play a
so
game. But now we
just
actually have some tape on them.
in order and grade level, because that way we
Oh,
can
we could
move
do
on to
that,
basketball.
Ethan.
Because
We could say
there's a lot to
what
talk
grade.
about
Oh, we could do
basketball.
that. We could do that. We could say what grade we give them for the season instead of like
Yeah,
ranking
let's
them.
do that. Yeah.
Like what grade?
Okay, yeah,
We do
I'm
that.
down with that.
All right. So starting us off, we're gonna. Okay. Grading. We'll do five rookie quarterbacks. We'll do five. Just again, based on the sample size that we see, obviously one quarterback has significantly less playing time than the rest of them. But we're gonna give out our grades for these top five rookies to play this season and kind of give a letter grade based on what we saw, the tape put on film, and kind of project a bit going forward. So obviously the player with the least amount of film and tape that we have, but we're gonna start off with Michael Penix in Atlanta. He played, I think he started 4 games, 3 games, 3 or 4 games. I can't remember off the top of my head. But Ethan, you can
Wait,
start
that's
us
really
off.
how
What
you
was your
say his
letter
last
grade?
name?
Is
What would
Michael
your letter?
Penix.
From
Yeah.
what we saw, B plus.
Okay,
Man
that's
can't
actually
really.
higher than what I thought you was gonna give him. So praise the Lord on that, I guess. Unc.
That's exactly where I was going. I was going B plus. I thought he played well in the limited opportunities that he had. The first game was kind of shaky, but then he started. You gotta develop the chemistry with the guys and but the offense definitely looked completely different between him and Kirk Cousins. So you could see the huge difference in actual offensive efficiency and everything like that. So I think that's a good grade, B plus.
He actually played in 5 games. I'm tweaking out. Caleb, what was your letter grade for Michael Penix?
I only saw him play about 2 games, but I didn't see anything like terrible. So yeah, I give him above a yeah, I'd give him a B.
All right, all right, all right. So for my evaluation of him, oh sorry, so they included a preseason game in this and like him playing in garbage time. So really he started 3 games. So it was 3 games. It's
Hmm.
three
Yeah, only
games.
Yeah.
It's
three.
three
Yeah.
games. Yeah. They put in other stats here. Michael Penix, I'm giving an A plus plus. I'll just play. 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 Chill,
If
chill,
you
chill,
give
man.
him an A plus
I was
plus,
just
what the heck
playing.
we give him Jaden
I was just
Daniels?
playing. So I will say, obviously, I'm gonna give him because again, the little half grade is because I'm a homer, so I'm gonna give him an A minus. I gave him a B plus. I'm gonna give him an A minus. One, the situation he was kind of put into, where he was expected not to play this season, and again, kind of the downfall we had this season. But again, him stepping up in the pocket. Like you said, kind of how the offense changed, the zip on the ball that he has. He had 3 picks, but if you watch those games, Kyle Pitts Don't get me started. I'm to tweak out. But anyway, making good decisions with the ball, fitting the ball in the
That's
spaces
fraud.
that fitting the ball in the spaces that we haven't seen in quite a while, actually. So I'm looking forward to this upcoming season with him. But I'll give him an A- just for what I saw and what he put on tape. I'm there. Go ahead.
So,
You was about to
Caleb,
say
you gonna
something.
let that slide? You gonna let that slide? You ain't gonna say nothing about that. You gonna let that one slide?
What
One heard it
happened?
too. I just let
What?
it slide.
What
He
Next.
happened?
said
Let's go
he
next.
said putting balls in places was
I
never seen
Ah,
before.
bro.
I don't think
I
I
thought
said
about
that.
it.
Did I say
I
that?
thought
Yes, you
about it.
did.
I
Yes,
thought
you
about
did.
it.
I don't
Listen,
know
I
if I
thought
said
about
that.
it. I thought about it.
You
But
said you
Right.
said
for
fitting
the,
in places we haven't seen in a while. That's exactly what you said
Okay,
verbatim.
yeah,
okay, okay,
that's
okay, okay,
Next.
I was
okay. I
like,
didn't.
damn, K ain't gonna say nothing about that. But anyway,
listen. For the sake of time,
the only thing I would say, Kyle, is with your A minus is that you got to give your boy a little bit of room to grow, man. You started off A minus, then where he's supposed to go at? So that means next year he got to
there's
be
only one more grade up
in
from
order
there.
to show improvement, he got to be an A or A plus
A or A
in a
plus, like
in a
Jalen.
Yeah,
and this is really his technically his still his rookie season because he
yeah,
only
yeah,
played
for
three
sure.
games. So okay.
No, I get okay for the sake of like realism. Yes, like a B plus. I just said the A minus because I'm a homer, like by Michael Penix, bro.
No. I
Um,
hear you. I'm just saying.
get my juices
I
flowing.
don't want all your hopes to be collapsed. That's all I'm saying.
Nah, brother.
Well,
We're
it's
not
okay.
just gonna
Like
speed past that.
if
Hold
he
on, hold on.
fails,
Wait a
and
minute.
he's a
Wait a
bust.
minute.
Well, bro,
Wait
y'all
a
gonna have to
minute.
check up on me. Y'all
Hey,
gonna have to fly
hey,
up here and come check up on me, bro. Because this,
Mr. Ferguson,
bro,
Mr.
I'm putting all my
Ferguson.
berries in
We're
his
not just gonna.
basket. Pause.
We're
That was
not
crazy. That
gonna
was crazy.
ignore.
But I'm
We're
just
not
saying,
gonna
like,
ignore, sir. We're not gonna ignore the fact that you
what's the?
just said
You
another
talking about
grown
apples
man
in a
got
basket?
your
Is that how you
juices
say it?
flowing. That's what
Wait,
he
what?
said
What?
verbatim.
What?
What?
It's on tape. You said verbatim just now. He gets your juices flowing,
I
Kyle.
literally did not say
That's
that.
not acceptable.
Did anyone hear me
Ethan,
Oh,
say
that
that?
sounds like something you would say.
run the
That's
tape. That's
exactly
all I
what
have
you
to
said.
say.
I
Run the
literally did
You
tape.
not say
Thank
said
you.
that.
Thank God for witness.
you said he gets my juices flowing.
That's
Bro,
exactly what you
bro,
said.
we're gonna have to run
All
the
right, can
tape.
we
Saying I
Get
don't
my
want you.
juices flowing.
I don't want y'all.
on
I
to
didn't
the
say
next
that.
quarterback?
Yeah,
Y'all
I didn't
talking
say that. I
bullshit.
didn't say that.
Your
Next
quarterback
Okay,
has you
moving
quarterback.
all
on. Moving
hot
on.
and
Next.
bothered,
Hey,
huh?
Key Plus on the rails.
Hey, we're gonna put the Undertaker music after each name. Next name, Drake May. All right, Ethan, letter grade. What? What? Okay, Ethan. What's your letter grade for Drake May?
Oh, this is bad. This is very bad. I gave that man a B plus, and now
You
I'm
gave
gonna.
Drake May
I
B
would
plus as
say
well. Fair
no,
enough.
no, no. I'm just saying
Oh,
because I put it so high. Oh Lord,
That's
dang.
why I gave him a solid B. I'm gonna give Drake May a B plus.
Yeah, can I drop that down? I would have dropped Penix to a B, and I'll put Drake May at a B plus because I
okay.
do like what I see in some games from him. I did see some Brazilians. You look at that Titans game. I don't know how he did that. That's one game that's like seared into my memory. I watched that happen. I was like, no way. Um,
Seared. Oh, sorry.
all
There
right,
was
bro.
there was some Mr. Fist that
But
said it
yeah,
one time. My
I
bad.
say B plus on that one.
Yeah, that ibuprofen got him acting up tonight. Shoot.
Uh, hey, wow, okay. It's over there laughing. Caleb, your letter grade for
I
Drake
said
May for the
B.
New England Patriots.
I mean B plus. I'm sorry. That's why I put Penix at a B. B
Yeah, fair.
plus.
Do you think he will be the future? Like, do you think he showed enough his rookie season to say, "Hey, we're confident going into year two that this guy can
I mean, it's
bring"?
not like
Yeah.
the Patriots have much of a choice, but yeah, I'm
Well,
confident in him.
you always got a
B
choice.
plus though.
They picking top of the draft again, so you always got a choice. Now you can't say you failed after one season, but what was your letter grade be for Drake May?
Same. I hate all things Patriots. I hope he's not the future. I hope he's a bust. I hope
Oh,
he.
crazy.
I was gonna say something
Whoa,
crazy, but
oh
I'm not going
wow,
to. I'm
yeah,
not going to.
okay.
I caught myself. But no, man. All jokes aside, I like what I saw. Obviously, I'm a Dolphins fan and saw him play the two games we played him. He can make every throw on the field. He's more mobile than I thought he was coming out of college. Um, a strong arm. I think I gave him a strong B. Obviously, he did what he did this year with really no weapons.
Yeah,
So if they give
that's
him a few pieces, like a run game and a receiver or two or a tight end, yeah, it's gonna look much better. So I give him a B based on that.
Yep, I was gonna say a B plus as well. I was gonna say it became a B plus because of the lack of talent around him. So you kind of drafted him and you didn't really fill out anything around him, like at all.
Nothing.
Like, you know what I
Nada.
mean? And he threw out to give you his season stats because he played the season. So he played 13 games. Obviously, I think they put him on IR towards the end of the season. He got nicked up because he did get sacked 34 times in those 13 games, but threw for 2,276 yards, 15 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 66% completion percentage, which for a rookie is relatively high.
Yeah,
So
it's very good.
that's a good thing. So we'll see. It's looking. It's you have a vote of confidence as a Patriots fan going forward, like just to see him take another step. All right, moving on to our third quarterback. We're gonna go out to Mile High in Denver. Mr. Bo Nix. Ethan, what is your letter grade for Bo Nix?
A minus. He
Okay.
exceeded my expectations. Good God Almighty, how we tortured that man in our preseason
Yeah, that
quarterback thing. It was
our
bad.
video aged really bad.
Yeah. Gardner Minshew and all them boys, boy, we tore them to shreds.
I
Okay,
apologize, Bo
even though they
Nix,
still are garbage.
officially. I'm sorry.
Yeah, apologizing to another grown man is crazy. But I'll say this,
Actually,
right?
No,
I
it's
Um,
not. Apologize
I
when you're
think
wrong, son.
That's all
he's
I'm
playing
saying.
out
You,
I
there.
can I
hey,
can admit I
listen,
was
we were
wrong.
all, hey, listen, we were all dead ass wrong.
Call
So
that
you
man
got to get
dog
that
water.
man, and you got to
I
call
was
that
just
man and
playing
tell
because
him,
I
hey,
just
man, that's
apologized
my
to what's his
bad.
face earlier.
Caleb said he 80
I just
years old. What he
apologized
doing
to
in the
what's his
league?
face on the Eagles.
bruh. Yeah, listen.
Yeah, I
Shout
would
out to
say
the
a A.
senior citizen.
Crazy.
Matter of fact, bump it up to an A. I give him an A. That
All
was
right.
yeah.
For a rookie,
hmm
yeah, for sure.
That
Uh
for you to be in that division, that division ain't really rocking for real though. I mean, still, you still found a way to make it to the playoffs. Yeah, you
Yeah.
ran to Buffalo. What the heck are you gonna do? We knew you wasn't gonna do much, but still, um, you exceeded a lot of people's expectations, not just mine. So yeah, I say
Unc,
an A for that.
Unc, how you feeling?
Ditto, man. Like what you said, I want to listen. Hey, I ain't too proud to apologize. Listen, Bo, old man Nix, listen, I apologize to you, baby. I listen. I was talking hella smack, and I didn't think you had it in you. You was in college for about 17 and a half years. And I was like, well, if you was any good, you would have been out here already. You understand what I'm saying? And you came and you shut me up. You played very good. In the beginning of the season, you were dinking and dunking. And then at the end of the season, this guy's throwing 60, 70-yard touchdown passes, accurate with the ball, quick decision making. I listen. To me, out of all the rookies, right up under Jay Daniels, I think he had the best season. To, like you said, Ethan, as a rookie, to take that team with the as cap strapped as the team was, to take that team to the playoffs. I think they're ahead of schedule. Obviously he was blessed with a great defense, which helps because they were able to win 15, 14 games. And like, when your defense is keeping teams under 17 points, you're going to win a lot of those games. But I gotta give them credit, man. Kudos to old man Bo.
Oh man, Bo, Caleb, senior citizen.
Again, shout out to the senior citizen. I do not retract any of my statements. As a matter of fact,
No one
I
retracted
stand.
any statements.
Listen,
We just apologized for
no,
them.
no,
Yeah,
no. I'm not apologizing. I'm not retracting any of my
that's
statements.
crazy.
Okay.
Wow.
Uh, they say experience is the best teacher. He's had a whole lot of experience. Okay. Um, all I can say is congrats on your great season. Keep it up, senior citizen. Let's hope you don't have to use a walker next year.
What is your
Yeah,
letter
you just
grade?
completely skipped the
Uh,
whole purpose of this.
my letter grade for him would be a solid A minus.
All right.
Great
Thank you,
job.
sir. He threw for 37-75 on 66% completion percentage, and he threw for 29 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. I'm going to give him an A. Again, given the expectations and kind of the slander that we gave him, not only us, but a lot of people feel like, we don't really know about him. Is he gonna
Paw
start?
Paw
Remember at the
still
beginning of the season,
got him.
like, is he gonna start? Is he gonna, you know what I mean? So for him to go out there and do that, then make the playoffs, played in all 17 games. And I'll say this, he rushed for 430 yards and 4 touchdowns. I do expect that to leap up because he has that escapability aspect that Drew Brees
Yeah.
never
Hmm.
had. So I will say I do expect that number to go up. Not to say like Josh Allen touchdown numbers on the ground, maybe, but inch up to maybe the 500, 600 yard rush yard, maybe 6 to 8 touchdowns on the ground next year. So he does have that aspect. So yeah, I'll give him an A. And again, my apologies, brother Nix. I see you. All right.
It's Paw Paw
Our
next. Get it right.
Oh, my bad. Second to last quarterback here. We're gonna go to the Windy City of Chicago, where quarterback Zesty, Caleb Williams. What's your letter grade, Ethan?
You
Ugg,
ain't
why
have to
you
say
make
all
that
that.
face?
I don't know why he
Quarterback,
Uh,
did
I
that
quarterback
don't know
extra.
why.
zesty, bro.
He
Like
put the
what?
extra Z on the zesty.
It's quarterback zesty.
Like he had a little bit of that zesty buffalo sauce from Chick-fil-A. Listen, um,
Oh, the sausage you be giving out extra,
Oh,
bringing that up like 10 weeks, 11 weeks, 15 weeks later is crazy. But anyways,
huh?
I would
oh,
say
you mean
I'm gonna
that
keep it on the
yeah,
rails.
you're talking about the zingy buffalo. That's what you're talking about. All right, go ahead, Ethan.
I would get no. Anyways,
Slinging
um,
sauce to Gladys.
That's crazy.
I
Ethan, oh,
would
hey,
say
see, now we're
a
getting off.
B.
Ethan, go.
I
A
would
B
say
for
a
Caleb
B.
Williams. Okay.
Yes,
A
I'm.
B
I'm
for
really,
Caleb Williams.
I'm really itching on B minus. Okay,
Okay.
um, all the glaze, especially Unk, all the glaze and the aura that this man was supposed to come into the league with, and that we thinking that Chicago was gonna at least
Yeah,
win like
hey,
9 games or whatever it is. Okay,
I can admit when I'm wrong. Listen, I thought with
them
Waiting your
all them
turn.
receivers,
Waiting
hold
your
on,
turn. Wait, wait.
them boys imploded in front of our very eyes. Okay, Jaden Daniels hit him with that 1-2, and they
You
went on
said
the
he
losing streak like
exploded
they
in
never.
your eyes.
That's not.
You sound like
well,
Caleb
mother
Williams.
take second.
You sound like
Yo, I
Caleb
can't even say
Williams.
anything. I can't
Hey,
even say anything.
that's the worst one of the night, big brother.
I said it.
Listen,
Anyways, I'm not
Kyle
even
got
gonna take
his
the last
juices
one.
flowing, and now you getting bust in your eye. Oh Lord of mercy,
Listen, watch this, watch this.
this
Okay,
is too
so
much.
we thought that it's too much. Anyways, watch this. Like
Kyle is
we
fitting
thought,
things into strange places he never seen.
yo, oh
What,
This
boy.
dude getting bust in the eye. Lord
bro?
of mercy.
What
Okay,
is
watch this. So
happening?
can I finish what I'm saying really quick?
It's
A lot of
hard.
high
It's hard.
expectations.
It's what it's exploding in your eye.
Hey,
Yo,
Ethan, go,
yo,
bro. Finish your statement,
come
man.
on,
Finish
man.
your statement, bro.
Listen, what I'm trying to say is, listen, what I'm, whoa, that is
What you trying to
crazy.
say? And you laughing. You ain't trying to say nothing.
I am. Listen, okay, so the expectations, right? And we talked about how they imploded during the season, okay? After that Washington game. I mean, the we saw the offensive line, we saw him being a little bit jittery. Why are you still laughing? Seeing him a little jittery still a little bit and stuff like that, whatever it is. It's very underwhelming. Hopefully Ben Johnson and them boys can turn it around and in the season coming up. But yeah, that's where I'm at with that one. I don't.
All right, so we got a B. What you
I
got for
didn't come
Caleb
into this
Williams?
thinking that Bo Nix would play better than him in a season.
Hey,
That's not
listen,
what I
man.
came
I
into it
listen.
thinking.
I gave Caleb William a D plus. Okay.
Goodness gracious! Oh, so
Listen,
I
I
consider a C then,
understand. Listen, I understand
not
he's a
just C
rookie,
plus.
but we have to understand when you come into a season where before you get there, they win more games. They're have the number one pick, even though it was via Carolina. You had the number one pick. You have the baseline of seven. They had no quarterback the year before. Do you say Justin Fields? They moved off from Justin Fields to get you to only to win less games and to be in the top of the lottery, the top of the draft again with going to a team where we've never seen a rookie quarterback come into a team with two all pro wide receivers. You had an all pro running back. What are we talking about here, man? Okay. This dude, man, is I gave him a D for disappointing. He was disappointing this season. There's nothing else I could say. I glazed him. I thought he was gonna come
Caleb's
in. I should
obviously
have
not
known
listening.
better. I should have never put my faith in the man that puts gloss on his fingernails.
Whew.
That's on me. Okay,
Hey, that'll
I
get us.
gotta
Oh no, we support that. We that'll get
listen.
us canceled.
Listen, I'm gonna take that L. Listen, I'm old school. You ain't putting no glitter on your goddamn
I
nails,
don't
son. I
support
don't care what you
anything.
don't know what to say.
I
Okay,
not
Hey,
hey,
so
don't let me.
You see Ryan Williams got that nail polish NIL, bro.
I
listen,
did see that.
I don't know nothing about no Ryan Williams, and I
I
don't want to
don't
know nothing about him.
subscribe to that agenda.
So that was very disappointing to me. He didn't play well. I didn't really see a lot of positives. He did the same thing that he was doing in college, holding the ball too long. In the NFL, these guys are bigger, stronger, faster. You can't do that. So um, he may shock me coming into next season with Ben
You're
Johnson
sick.
and
Yeah,
anyway.
where's Ethan? Yeah,
Keep going.
I
Keep
don't know what
going. He
Ethan's
knows what
doing,
he do.
man.
Keep going.
That's
Keep
Kyle,
crazy.
So
it's
so
literally you. You literally,
so
literally
so my thing is
you.
though, like I said, um, I lost my train of thought because you guys are doing crazy stuff, but that's my grade. D for disappointing. That's it. I'm out.
I don't know why Caleb's laughing. I'm just here. Caleb, what's your grade, man? You guys need to grow up. I don't know why anyone's laughing. Although that D actually never mind. Never mind. Never mind. That letter that
Oh
Unc
Lord.
said kind of came off
Yo,
really aggressive and echoey in my
he
ears. Go
said,
ahead,
I
Caleb.
give
Listen.
Caleb Williams a capital D.
Okay.
But what do
Caleb,
you
what's your
give him?
grade?
Anyway, um, when you coming out of college, coming out of USC, one of the bigger stages in sports, especially amateur sports, right? And you're
Ain't
hailed
amateur no more.
as a well, yeah, when you're hailed as a generational talent, you're franchise changing, and you completely just flop and just you know we don't know what happened to you. Okay, um, I can't do anything but give it. Maybe a C minus. Maybe I want to go with a D. But a C minus I think will do it. Um, he just took sack after sack after sack this year.
Oh, yo, yo,
Nah, nah.
Kyle, please go on with your rank, please. Kyle, please go on
He
with
took
your rank.
he took he took so many sacks you would have thought he liked it down there.
Hey, all right,
But
my grade,
I'm
my
not
grade, my
listen,
grade,
I'm
no,
not done. I'm
my
not done.
grade,
I'm not
my
done.
grade.
You're not done.
I'm not finished. I'm not finished.
Now you're done. So my grade is a C minus. I can't go all the way to a D like Unc said, and I'm going
Why
to
not?
split. I'm going to split the blame only because of this. Caleb Williams tried to play like he did in college and NFL, which is his fault, and like to an extent, like hey, like you have to adapt. And I felt like he kind of played like that the whole season. Like there was no like they say like adjusting to the speed of the game. Like there was none of that. I felt like, but I'm also going to put that on that coaching staff as well. Like he went into the season because I'm looking, I didn't realize we're kind of at the age. Well, at least I'm at the age where the guys coming into the league now are younger than me. So he's 23. Like I don't know what I was doing at 22, where my headspace was at, but you got to help your rookie quarterback. Yes, he was the number one pick. So again, expectations did not live up to it. Like you said, like the team looked better before he got there with Justin Fields than him there. In some instances, I'm sure there was, we didn't watch. I didn't watch every second of them, but I'm going to give him a C minus. Kind of split the difference there because I am putting some blame on that coaching staff. Coaching staff just having that quarterback. He looked lost, and your rookie QB looked lost. Like, are you going to help him? Or are you just gonna, So I'll give him a C minus. For me, his stats were he threw for 35, 41 on 62% completion. He threw 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, ran for 489 yards, but no rushing
And
touchdowns.
actually, those stats don't sound terrible
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
No,
until
but
you
he
his stats
had
say
weren't
way
bad.
he had way more turnovers than
until
that.
you
I
say
need to hear
they only won
fumbles.
4 games.
Yeah, I
Right.
need to hear
Exactly.
fumbles. So
Exactly.
some may not nut there. Oh,
He had six
Man was
fumbles. Six
facing
Caleb.
fumbles.
dirt his whole season.
I don't know how many he
Oh,
lost, but he did have six fumbles.
yeah. So
And
that's
then last but not
12.
least, oh geez, last but not least, we're gonna do Jaden Daniels. So Ethan, I think this one might be unanimous, but rookie season. Go ahead, Ethan. Jaden Daniels.
A quadruple to the max plus.
Oh,
It
look at
doesn't
this
even matter.
Glazer over here.
Like, what are we even talking about here? Okay, like, was he not first of all, was he unanimous rookie of the year? Because if not,
I
them voters need their thing snatched away. I didn't see the word
I don't
unanimous
know
around
if
it,
he
but it should have been unanimous.
was.
I don't
It
think
should
he
have been
was.
unanimous.
But
Um,
like you say, remember, me and Unc kind of made the point. Remember, if some people voted for Bo Nix because of how Bo Nix finished the season, like the second half of the season versus how Jane Daniels, it may have swayed a vote or two potentially
I
because
I would
he
I
did finish the year better and by not really a close margin better than Jane Daniels did.
eh, Jaden started off
Yeah,
and then he
because
had
they
a
had to
little
make the
midseason
playoffs.
slump and then he picked it up again. So I mean,
Hmm.
sure, but it should have been unanimous. What more is what are we even talking about? I mean, the man had one of the best rookie NFL QB seasons or NFL rookie seasons that we've ever seen in our lifetime. So that's really there's nothing more that needs to really be said, to be honest.
On the same page,
Ditto.
I think the
Caleb. I think we
same.
Caleb,
can say the same thing across the board.
Yep.
yeah,
And I'll say the same thing. I'll just say, haha, John Mara and the New York Giants organization, you big dummies. Um, y'all are just some dummies. Stupid.
Yeah, they are.
Um, looking like the Three Stooges in there
I
in that
can't call the
office.
whole. I can't call. Hey, Joe Shane is a dummy. I can't call the rest of them boys dummies,
Oh
but
yeah,
Joe
John Mara,
Shane.
Joe Shane. Yeah, not John Mara. John Mara, the VP. Sorry, Joe. Oh, John Mara. I know you crying every night in a fetal
Yeah, he
position.
is. He probably
Saquon,
didn't even watch the
Saquon,
Super
doctor.
Bowl.
Saquon. Oh my God, Saquon. You have nightmares. Saquon. Ah, you know what I'm saying? With his old epilepsy. Anyway, um, um, as a recap of our QB or quarterback rankings or letter grades, that is our top. Hold on, bro. What? I'm sorry. Let me start that over. No one's on the screen. Caleb, can you come on the screen, please?
Kyle,
Come over. Yeah, I'm looking at the
Kyle,
screen. I see Ethan's
brother.
beanie, and I don't even see you. Okay,
Listen,
and
I don't ever want to hear that noise from any one of you ever. Talking about what the hell's wrong with you?
I'm saying he was getting that old man was getting spooked out. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, no, that ain't sound like no spook or noise. Okay,
Okay. Anyway, that will conclude our rookie
please,
quarterback letter grading. And hopefully, they continue to develop all of them. Obviously, Michael Penix has a whole season that we have to see from him. But the other four guys have put down, I would say, honestly, most of them bar Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams put down a solid foundation, I would say, sorta. All of them we've seen potential. We can see the potential in all of these rookie quarterbacks. So hopefully they continue to progress for their respective teams, and we'll see where they go from here. But that concludes this NFL episode of Are You Nuts? Obviously going over Super Bowl. We're gonna have some niche topics and special topics relating to the NFL offseason coming up. We may go over some previous drafts, go by position, ranking positions. Obviously, we will do our re-ranking of the NFL quarterbacks now that the season is completely concluded, and kind of take a trip down memory lane, looking back at some of the egregious QB rankings we've had. I think we had some hits there, but I think a lot of them were pretty egregious with this quarterback season. So that's going to get heated, as y'all can see and probably already know. But before we sign off, you guys got anything y'all want to say before kind of log off for this episode?
No, man, that's it, man.
nope.
We I'm gonna miss football. Right, the season comes and goes so quickly. But now completely locked in on the basketball season, and looking forward to a really good leading in after it's about to be All-Star break. Second half of the season leading into the playoffs. A lot of interesting stories. So can't wait, man.
You gonna say something, Ethan?
No, I'm gonna. The NFL season's concluded. Thank God the Chiefs didn't win again, and yeah, that's about it.
All
All
right,
right.
Caleb, we're not gonna let you speak. Peace. Or we were doing good on time, and then it ended up being an hour and 45
Bro, I don't
minutes.
know, bro. I don't know what happened, bro. I literally don't know
Yo,
what happened,
not
bro.